This is my second time in this world. Welcome to the Stellabyss realm. Please select your class. Class confirmed, Archer. The moment I enter the game, I make my choice without hesitation. Archer, because I've been reborn, carrying the only unique talent on the entire server, Soul Harvest. Soul Harvest, stellar grade. Any creature that dies within 1 kilometer of me generates a soul shard, visible only to me. Each shard I absorb permanently raises my attack by 1 point and my attack range by 1 meter, with no cap on stacking. I quickly finish creating my character. The name? Two-Faced Arrow. When I arrive at the starter village, the sheer flood of incoming players leaves me stunned. But as a reborn player, I saw this coming. Instead of lining up like everyone else at the grinding spot near the village gate, I do something different. I slip into a thatched hut and talk to a villager to unlock a hidden quest. Then I hand over my starter bow, the one the system just gave me, as a gift. With the villager's help, I climb over the wall and leave the starter village behind. Seriously? He just gave away his weapon. Is he planning to punch monsters to death? I ignore the shocked onlookers and quickly circle around to the grinding spot near the village gate. Stellabyss has just launched. Hordes of new players are packed around the gate, smacking rabbits. These are level 0 rabbits. Even a bare-handed newbie can barely bludgeon one to death. My eyes lock onto a rabbit that just got pummeled into the ground. A glowing soul rises from its corpse. It shoots straight toward me and sinks into my body. Soul shard absorbed. Attack +1. Attack range +1. A rush of excitement surges through me. I walk straight to the center of the grinding zone and stand there, silently absorbing every soul shard around me. With so many players grinding nearby, just 10 odd minutes is all it takes for my stats to flip completely upside down. My attack and attack range now blow past any normal player by a mile, and they keep climbing with every rabbit that drops. While I'm busy hoovering up shards, a voice drifts over from nearby. That archer looks so pitiful. Look, he doesn't even have a bow anymore. He's been standing there forever. Can we help him out? Yao, quit it. We can barely snag enough EXP for ourselves. Stop sticking your nose in other people's business. 5 hours pass in a blink. The crowd at the gate grinding spot starts to thin out. My stats have shifted dramatically. Attack sits at a jaw-dropping 4,258, and my attack range stretches to 4,258. Another half hour goes by. Barely any players are still pouring out of the starter village. The rabbit kill rate is dropping too. I don't linger. I head toward the level 1 grinding zone further out. The monsters here are wildcats, a bit harder hitting than rabbits, but their health pools are just as thin, so they drop just as fast. I spot a familiar pair, that brother-sister duo from earlier. The brother is a rogue. The sister is a cleric. The two of them are going all out against the wildcats. A wildcat's claws rake across the brother. Every hit makes him wince and bare his teeth. Hey, I see that poor archer again. He's still level 0. Can we bring him along? He doesn't even have a weapon. Are you out of your mind? My dagger is practically smoking from all this work, and you're worried about a random stranger? The girl goes quiet, but she tosses me an apologetic look. Still, her brother is working himself ragged. She gives him a quick heal. Mend? +61. A beam of green light blooms over his head. He instantly brightens up. 2 more wildcats and we level up. Then I'll take you to fight level 2 monsters. Okay, what is that thing? Yao's startled cry cuts through the air as a wildcat the size of a husky suddenly spawns. Lynx Lord. Iron Grade Boss. A faint purple glow wraps around the Lynx Lord's body. The sudden appearance triggers a wave of cries. Every player nearby snaps to attention, and the crowd erupts into chaos. Players surge toward the Lynx Lord from all sides. Range classes are already landing the first hits. Field bosses have no player count limit. If your range reaches, you can hit it. EXP rewards afterward are split based on damage dealt. Anyone who dealt less than 1% of total damage gets nothing. Item drops, however, go entirely to whoever lands the killing blow. Compared to the screaming mob, I'm completely calm, because only I know the Lynx Lord's spawn was no accident. It's a Stellabyss mechanic. When enough monsters in a zone die, there's a chance an area boss will spawn. The Lynx Lord is exactly that. The rabbit zone is the only exception. By now, ranged attacks are already pelting the Lynx Lord. Everyone watches those hits land with hearts pounding. If they're dealing damage, it means the Lynx Lord can be killed. But what happens next leaves everyone's brain completely fried. Wave after wave of ranged attacks slam into the Lynx Lord, and the only numbers floating above its head are a pitiful -2, -3. Nearly 98% of all incoming damage simply vanishes, swallowed whole. The sight leaves the crowd dumbstruck. I'm the only one here who knows why. Stellabyss calculates damage differently from traditional games. If your attack doesn't pierce defense, you deal 0. Not even the usual forced 1-point scratch. The barrage of attacks enrages the Lynx Lord. It lets out a piercing shriek. Its razor claws snap out and slash wildly through the crowd. The warriors standing right in front are wiped out instantly. One unlucky player even drops a piece of gear on death. A quick-fingered rogue nearby snatches it up before it even hits the ground. What are we even hitting? This boss can't be pierced. Run! It's on a rampage! The crowd scatters in a panic. I watch the players flee from the boss and let out a cold smirk. Then I turn and walk straight toward the Lynx Lord, against the flow of the entire crowd. Is he insane? The Lynx Lord notices me too. A flicker of contempt crosses its eyes. What a stupid human. Barehanded and daring to challenge me? The retreating players collectively crash. Their brains simply can't process this. That brother-sister pair from earlier stands there with their jaws hanging open. While everyone is still in shock, a server-wide announcement rings in my ears. Congratulations! A player has defeated the Iron Grade boss. Link's Lord. As the first player on the server to slay an iron grade boss, I receive plus 10 renown, a silver grade equipment reward, and the exclusive title, Trailblazer. As the first player to achieve this feat, my name will be broadcast across the entire Stellabyss realm. Do you wish to hide your name? I select no. Server announcement, player Two-Faced Arrow is the first on the server to defeat an iron grade boss. Special rewards granted, silver grade equipment chest, plus 10 renown, exclusive title, Trailblazer. Every player has one single thought running through their head right now. Who is Two-Faced Arrow, and how do I get in touch with him? While they're all still reeling, I grab the loot off the ground at top speed, then I walk away without looking back. I duck into a quiet corner of the starter village. I check my gains, 10 free attribute points from leveling up, all going into Constitution. Then I turn my attention to a green glowing item sitting in my inventory. Fine Link's Treads. Looks like the RNG gods slipped up. An iron grade boss dropping a bronze grade item, but I'm only level 2 right now, so the boots will have to wait. Besides the bronze gear, there's also an unopened silver chest. I take a slow breath and crack it open. A silver-white radiance blazes out. The Crescent Longbow, grade silver. Attack range plus 50. Attack speed plus 10%. Active skill, Lunar Frenzy for 10 seconds, firing speed surges to 200%. Cooldown, 1 hour. My eyes light up. That active skill is exactly what I've been needing. It perfectly patches the one flaw I have right now. Attack speed. My clearing efficiency just got a major upgrade. I tuck away the Crescent Longbow and blend back into the grinding crowd like any other newbie. I skip past the Wildcat grinding zone entirely and head for the Wild Dog zone further out. There are still plenty of players out here too, but the density has clearly dropped off. I settle into a moderately crowded patch and put on a show, occasionally firing an arrow at some empty spot to look like I'm actually grinding. While I quietly harvest soul shards, a small figure sidles up to me. Are you Two-Faced Arrow? The legend? You've got the wrong person. No way. I've been watching you for a while. You're definitely Two-Faced Arrow. I've had my eye on you this whole time. You're him, aren't you? You really have the wrong guy. Don't try to fool me. I remember your build. Hey pro, can I get a friend slot? Anytime you need healing, just call me. My heals hit hard, and my brother is super useful too. If you ever need a runner, I'll call him right over. She points at a rogue not far off. His dagger's moving so fast they're leaving after images. Yao, I'm almost dead. Save me. Without missing a beat, the girl flicks her hand. A beam of green light erupts over the rogue's head. HP plus 88. My eyebrow shoots up. That's a massive heal. A cleric at this level breaking 40 would already be impressive, but this Yao just pumped out 88. Okay, I'm sold. Go ahead and add me. Ha, already done. My name is Yao Gets Seasick. In my past life, she was one of the top 3 healers in the entire game, nicknamed Wobbly Mender, the human fountain. But the Wobbly Mender I knew back then gave off a serious, don't come near me vibe. This bubbly little airhead in front of me is nothing like that at all. But if this cleric really is Wobbly Mender, then her brother must be Shameless Shade. Is your brother called Shadow Step? Oh, you know my brother? Just as I thought. Shameless Shade. A hardcore veteran rogue, a sister-obsessed maniac, and the biggest two-faced player in all of Stellabyss. Word is his talent boosts speed. A solid errand boy if I've ever seen one. The corner of my mouth curls up slightly. The look I give Wobbly Mender gets a whole lot warmer. I'll skip adding your brother for now. If I need anything, I'll just call you. Got it, pro? After a quick chat with Wobbly Mender, I leave the Wild Dog grinding zone. By now, the majority of players have hit level 3. Some of the better ones are pushing 4, closing in on 5. I remember that the first player to hit level 5 can claim the starter village's exclusive quest, along with its one-of-a-kind reward, something that will make a massive difference for leveling later on. Over 6 hours have passed since the game launched. Because I'm using a VR headset, my daily playtime is capped at 8 hours. I have just over 1 hour left to push my level to 5. Then I need to grab that dungeon quest. Once I have it, I can log back in tomorrow to actually complete it. I check my talent stack, already over 6,000. With over 6,000 meters of range and 6,000 attack, I can one-shot any regular monster at this stage. Drawing on my memory of the newbie map, I bypass every grinding zone below level 9 and head straight for the level 10 training ground at the far end of the starter village territory. It's a massive valley. Roaming through it are level 10 wild monsters called Grim Bears. Grim Bears have thick health and heavy defense, but they're slow. With decent technique, you can pull them one at a time. With my range though, I don't need to risk any of that. I enter the valley and climb straight up to a towering cliff face. From here, I have a bird's eye view of the entire Grim Bear territory, and every bear below is within 1 kilometer of me. I stow my starter bow. I equip the Crescent Longbow, draw and fire in one fluid motion. The arrow lands square on a Grim Bear. Grim Bear HP minus 601, one shot. The health bar above its head empties instantly. Kill secured. EXP gained 180. I draw again, lock onto the next Grim Bear and drop it at full health. EXP 180. From that point on, I become a merciless sniper machine. Every single shot drops a Grim Bear at full health. In no time at all, I hit level 5. The moment I reach level 5, a game notification chimes in my ears. Congratulations, you are the first to reach level 5. Your strength has earned the recognition of the Starter Village Chief. You may now visit the Chief of Starter Village 3 to claim the exclusive quest. Here we go. A surge of excitement runs through me. I crush a recall scroll and warp straight back to the Starter Village. I find the village chief without any trouble. I happen to have a very important task. I need your help. Are you willing? I am. Wonderful. I knew I had the right person. Inside the volcano to the west of the village lives a lava demon. I need you to defeat it and seal it away with this scroll. I've triggered the exclusive hidden quest, Infernal Demon. Quest description: deep within Mount Pyrrhion, at the far western edge of the starting lands, a lava demon has made its lair. I must take the binding scroll and seal the demon away. The seal holds for 3 days. I check the clock. Less than 20 minutes left on my 8-hour session. I log off on the spot. As an exclusive quest, now that I've claimed it, no one else can take it from the chief. I pull off the VR headset. After gaming through the whole night, I'm absolutely starving. I boil up a pack of instant noodles right away. I wolf it down and crash the moment my head hits the pillow. Time flies. In what feels like a blink, midnight rolls around. A flash of light. I'm back online, right where I logged off, inside the village chief's house. I check my session timer. Since I had 16 minutes left when I logged off, this session runs 8 hours and 16 minutes. The maximum accumulated playtime caps at 16 hours. Anything beyond that simply doesn't roll over. The exclusive quest is still sitting in my log. I spent the daytime carefully going over everything in my memory. I have a clear strategy for this exclusive quest already locked in. But before that, there's something even more important to handle. I'm level 5 now. That meets the requirement to upgrade my general skill. Every class learns a basic general skill when it's first selected. The archer's basic general skill is single power shot, which upgrades into twin power shot. I head to the combat trainer in the village and spend 100 copper coins. Single power shot upgraded to twin power shot. I open my friend list. One friend showing online, Yao Yao gets seasick. I fire off a message. Got a quest that needs a healer. You in? Over at the level 4 wild boar grinding zone, Yao Yao gets seasick is lounging against a tree, bored out of her mind, twirling her starter staff between her fingers. Not far from her, Shadow Step's daggers are spinning so fast they've left a trail of after images again. Ding! The message notification jolts Yao Yao out of her daze. Oh wow, it's Two-Faced Arrow. The boredom vanishes from her face in an instant. She's absolutely beaming. She replies immediately, yes, 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 getting to do quests with a legend? I couldn't be happier. Great! Send me your coordinates, I'll come to you. Yao Yao sends her coordinates right away. I lock onto them and make my way over quickly. Over here, over here! The girl lights up the moment she sees me, bouncing on her heels and waving her arms excitedly. Leveling here is way too slow. I'm taking you somewhere better, come on. Without another word, I send Yao Yao a party invite. Sure, I'm with you. Without a second thought, Yao Yao quits her brother's party and jumps straight into mine. Shadow Step, locked in a brawl with a wild boar, doesn't notice a thing. It isn't until he drops a boar and notices the EXP split is off that he realizes his sister is gone. Yao Yao, where are you? How could you just leave without saying anything? I already formed a party with Two-Faced Arrow. We're heading to a higher level grinding zone. What? Yao, you're too young. Watch out for bad people. Listen to your brother and get back here. Shadow Step panics. It's just a game, sure, but there's no way he's letting anything happen to his little sister. No, he has to warn that Two-Faced Arrow directly. Why can't I find him? This jerk never added me as a friend. Boar rush. You scoundrel, Two-Faced Arrow. Just you wait. I lead Yao Yao back to Grimclaw Ravine. I know this place like the back of my hand by now. Are we really taking on level 10 monsters? Can we handle that? I just smile and say nothing. I take position on the high ground, draw, and fire. Grimbear HP, minus 6217. The arrow streaks through the air. The Grimbear below drops dead on the spot. Kill confirmed. EXP gained, 75. Soul shard absorbed, 1. Attack +1. Attack range +1. Yao Yao, who watched every second of that, is standing there with her mouth wide open. You could fit an egg in there. She had imagined plenty of ways someone might kill a monster, but she never imagined anyone could one-shot a Grimbear from hundreds of meters away. He's insanely strong. So much stronger than her brother. I don't pay much attention to Yao Yao's shock. I've already drawn the crescent longbow and started rapid firing. Each Grimbear gives me 75% EXP, but I need 6,000 to level up. That's just how it is. If I want to clear the exclusive quest fast, I can't afford to skip this. I need a healer's support. Sharing some EXP to get her to level 5 quickly is absolutely worth it. Under my rapid fire, Wobbly Mender's EXP bar shoots up at a visible rate until it hits the cap and fills completely. I'm level 5. Yao Yao's head is spinning. Level 5 already? Yesterday her brother's daggers were practically spinning into a tornado and he still didn't level up this fast. Yao Yao's words don't slow my firing at all. I keep picking off Grimbears below without pause. If you've got nothing else to do, head down and grab the loot drops. Sure. Yao Yao chirps and heads down into the valley. Last time I was in a rush to get back to the village for the quest, so I left all the drops behind. Not this time. No wasting drops. Level 10 gear might not sell great right now, but the copper coins that drop are real and solid. I stay up top and keep firing. Down below, Wobbly Mender gets to work. Under my rapid fire, the Grimbears below are wiped out once again. Just as I'm about to move on, Wobbly Mender's cry rings out. Boss just spawned. My pulse jumps. My eyes find it instantly. A massive shape that just spawned in the center of the valley. Wobbly Mender, still collecting loot, immediately pings me the details. It's a bronze grade boss. I pull up the shared stat panel. Skills, Grim Roar, Earth Stomp, Savage Charge. All I can say is, worthy of a level 10 bronze boss. The stats are absolutely insane. Under normal circumstances, regular players can't pierce its defense at all. Fortunately, my attack is already sitting at 6,452. Without any damage reduction, I can shave off over 4,000 HP in a single hit. I send Yao Yao a message. Step back. I've got this, boss. Message sent. Then I activate the Crescent Longbow's active skill, Lunar Frenzy. Active for 10 seconds, firing speed rockets to 200%. Cooldown 1 hour. My current fire rate is just under 2 seconds per shot. With Lunar Frenzy active, I can fire over 10 times in 10 10 seconds. On top of that, I can chain in my archer skill for a burst of double hit damage. Twin power shot. Fires 2 heavy arrows at a single target simultaneously. Each arrow deals 150% of attack as damage. Costs 20 mana. Cooldown, 8 seconds. According to the skill description, this combo should deal 12,000 damage to the Grimclaw Warden. I open with twin power shot immediately. Then Lunar Frenzy kicks in, and I go into full rapid fire mode. The moment the 10 seconds are up, I fire twin power shot again. Wobbly Mender, tucked away inside Grimclaw Ravine, watches a storm of damage numbers erupt above the Grimclaw Warden's head. Then its health bar drops like a dam bursting, a flood draining to nothing. Wait, it's already dead? Level 8 already? She'd thought one-shotting the Iron Grade boss was his ceiling. Now he's one-shotting a Bronze boss too. The game notification rings in my ears. Congratulations, you have defeated the Bronze Grade boss Grimclaw Warden. Your level has risen to 8. As the first player on the server to defeat a Bronze Grade boss, you receive plus 30 renown. You have received 1 gold gear chest, player's choice. You have received 30 free attribute points and 1 general skill book of your choice. Your feat will be heard across the entire Stelbis realm. Do you wish to hide your name? I select no. Again. Server announcement, players Two-Faced Arrow and Yao Yao Get Seasick are the first on the server to defeat a level 10 bronze boss. Another announcement rings across the entire server. Every player grinding away at that moment completely loses it. No way. A bronze boss and a level 10 one at that? Over at the Wild Boar grinding zone, Shadowstep, who had been spamming messages to his sister, freezes up. He'd been convinced his little sister had been tricked. Turns out she really was just grinding. And she even killed a bronze grade boss. Once could be a fluke. Twice means it's the real deal. But this guy still ran off with my sister. Sis, where are you right now? I'm coming. Don't bother coming, we're already heading back to the village. He's going to help me upgrade my cleric skills. Back in the starter village, I take Wobbly Mender to the cleric trainer and get her men's skill upgraded. Once that's done, I hand over one of the drops from the bronze boss. Magma Pendant. Grade Black Iron. Mana plus 10. Mana regeneration speed plus 30%. Wobbly Mender's sustain will get a massive boost from this, which will be a huge help for the exclusive quest ahead. Warden's Cuirass. Grade Silver. Equipped effect. Bedrock Guard. The first time you take a killing blow, you survive with 1 HP. Extremely useful for me. Gives my fragile frame just a bit more staying power. Besides the gear, the Grimclaw Warden also dropped over 600 copper coins. I split it down the middle with Wobbly Mender. Yao Yao is absolutely thrilled. Running with a legend is the best thing ever, she beams. After dividing the loot, I use the general skill book of my choice right away, since it lets me pick freely. I don't hesitate for a second and choose exactly the skill I want. Splinter Shot, passive toggle unlocked. When an arrow hits a target, it splits into 3 phantom arrows that automatically seek the nearest enemies. Each phantom arrow deals 80% of attack as physical damage. The phantom arrows have a range of 50% of my full range. Toggle cooldown 1 second, no mana cost. This is the only AoE skill an archer gets before level 10, and a toggleable passive at that. Incredibly practical for where I am right now. The player population isn't packed in tight the way it was at launch anymore. I can't rely on the player mob to farm soul shards for me anymore. At this point, the kill rate of the entire player base combined still can't match my solo firing pace. Splinter Shot fills that gap perfectly. With the skill selected, I open the gold gear chest. I'm only level 8 right now, and most of the gold grade gear inside requires level 10 to equip. I sift carefully through the pile, and finally settle on a ring. Gale Band. Grade Gold. Each skill or attack executed within 3 seconds of the last stacks 1 layer of Gale Force. Each layer boosts attack speed by 10%, maximum of 8 layers. In other words, as long as I keep up the rhythm, I'll be firing more than twice as fast as normal. This ring is absolutely worth it. Stack that with the Crescent Longbow's Lunar Frenzy, and my attack speed within those 10 seconds will hit 4 times my base rate. A burst like that. No boss at this stage of the game can survive it. I equip the Gale Band, then I swing by the weapon shop and restock with 2,000 arrows. I call Wobbly Mender over, and we head out of the village. Time to take on the exclusive quest. The two of us barely get going before Shadowstep comes rushing back into the village. He searches the whole village and finds no trace of his sister. Yao Yao, where are you? She's gone. Two-Faced Arrow, give me back my sister. Help! Someone kidnapped my sister. Outside the village, Wobbly Mender and I head west as a party. Along the way, any wild monster I spot gets a casual one-shot. I don't bother picking up the drops, just stacking the talent. Then Yao Yao pipes up, I wish my brother were here. He runs so fast he could grab all the drops without slowing down at all. I pause. That comment from Wobbly Mender actually sparks an idea. Shameless Shade might not have much going for him, but running? World class. My range keeps growing, and collecting drops means sprinting further and further each time. Running a full kilometer back and forth myself would be a massive waste of time. But what if someone else handled the pickups for me? Yao Yao, where is your brother right now? Him? He's still in the starter village. Good. Send him our coordinates. Tell him to come here. Coordinates sent. Good, we keep moving. At Shadowstep speed, he'll catch up in no time. Sure enough, less than 5 minutes later, Wobbly Mender tells me her brother has arrived. I stop in my tracks. In the distance, a dark figure is closing in at incredible speed. Shadowstep's legs are moving so fast they leave after images. He hasn't slowed down for even a single second. Hey punk, stay away from my sister or don't blame me for what happens next. He doesn't finish the sentence. An arrow lands on a deer not far away. Deer HP minus 6841. Holy! Shadowstep's eyes nearly pop out of his skull. He's seen my damage before, but back then I was hitting 4,000. Now it's pushing 7,000. One day apart, and this guy has gotten even more ridiculous? What was that you were saying? Couldn't quite catch it from here. What I meant was, what did you need me for, pro? Oh, it's simple. Yao Yao mentioned you're fast. I was hoping you could help me pick up drops. The stuff lands too far out for me to get it myself. What? Pick up drops? Me? I'm a double S grade talent. A future rogue king. No way. Not happening. I refuse. 50-50 split on everything we sell. Refusing? Not an option anymore. Deal. Shadow Step accepts my party invite instantly. Love you, sis. Besides, he just watched that damage number with his own eyes. When someone hits nearly 7,000 and says they can't keep up with the drops, Shadow Step actually believes it. Gear demand at this stage of the game is enormous. Stelibus has exploded in popularity thanks to heavy promotion from governments worldwide. But the in-game drop rates are brutally low. As a result, the majority of players still haven't scraped together a single decent piece of gear. Even someone like me is still wearing starter cloth armor. That tells you everything you need to know about how brutal these drop rates are. Shadow Step figures. For his sister's sake, a little hard work and a little wounded pride is a small price to pay. With Shadow Step on board, I don't waste another second. We press forward, and I one-shot every wild monster we pass along the way. On the way, I finally get to see Shadow Step's movement speed up close, and he's actually faster than me. Keep in mind, my agility with gear is already sitting at 68. Under normal circumstances, that stat rivals a full agility rogue at level 10. Yet he moves even faster than I imagined. He's only level 4. And yet, at that speed, he picks up every single drop without missing one. What on earth is his talent? One thing is certain though, if he ever decides to just run, there are very few people in this game who could catch him. While I'm quietly impressed, Shadow Step is absolutely thrilled. The drop rates in Stelibus are painfully low, sure, but my kill speed is so ridiculous. That sheer volume makes up for it. The drops keep coming. Heh, this plain staff should fetch 80% copper. That's durian money for Yao Yao. Oh, another weapon drop. This one's worth 120. That's a whole grilled fish dinner for Yao Yao. Ooh, boots! Sell those and Yao Yao gets a late night snack. Hehehe. The three of us fight as we go. We finally reach the volcano zone at the far western edge of the starter village territory. Because I'm carrying the binding scroll, I've drawn the attention of Flame Warlord Caldron. Inside the volcano zone, I take continuous fire burn damage. The deeper into the volcano we go, the stronger the burn. In my past life, every detail of this Flame Warlord fight had been thoroughly figured out. Fortunately, we have Wobbly Mender in the party. And now Shadow Step too. Clearing this is no problem at all. Shadow Step, go pull all the flame imps in the volcano area up ahead. Easy. Yao Yao, keep an eye on your brother. Got it. Leave it to me. With both of them briefed, I step back a few paces and exit the burn zone. The moment I'm clear, the damage numbers ticking above my head vanish instantly. Shadow Step puffs out his chest and charges boldly into the volcano zone. A moment later, a figure comes tearing out from behind the volcanic rocks, trailing a plume of black smoke from behind. I'm done for. I'm done for. Someone help me. These flame imps are ranged casters. Yao Yao, save me. Mend. A beam of green light surges upward. Shadow Step's health bar fills to the brim in an instant. The upgraded mend is on a completely different level compared to the starter version. Shadow Step is visibly floored by the size of that heal. He almost takes a fireball straight to the back. Right then, an arrow comes streaking in from a distance. It lands dead on the frontmost flame imp. The moment it hits, it splits into 3. The phantom arrows instantly wipe out 3 more imps beside it. In less than 1 second, 11 flame imps are wiped off the map. The remaining few haven't even processed what happened. One more arrow drops. Silence. Shadow Step stares at me from across the field, jaw slack. He'd been trying to overestimate me this whole time, and he just realized he still wasn't thinking big enough. Has he always been this strong? Two-faced arrow? He's always been like this. But I have a double S grade talent too. Why do I feel completely outclassed? The small fry are cleared. Now we need to pull the boss out from inside the volcano. I give Shadow Step a quick rundown and send him in to bait the boss. Flame Warlord Caldron is a field boss, but like all field bosses, he has a fixed territory he won't leave. Pulling him out to fight is simply not realistic. But I'm different. My range is already over 7,000 meters, more than enough to reach across the entirety of Mount Pirion. The moment Caldron shows himself, I can drop him. Shadow Step's one and only job is to get Caldron to come out. A deep, muffled boom rolls out from inside Mount Pirion. Thick black smoke billows upward into the sky. With that thunderous fanfare, a massive figure rises from the central lava pool. Pathetic mortals! You dare disturb the great Caldron's slumber? Flame Warlord Caldron. Silver grade boss. Skills, flame roar, summon imp, lava eruption. Caldron's voice booms like a war drum. The tremor rattles every corner of Mount Pirion. Even players grinding far away catch the rumble. The area chat channel erupts in an instant. Caldron looks far more imposing than the Grimclaw Warden, but the only thing genuinely stronger is his health pool. To me, he's no real threat at all. The instant he appears, I fire twin power shot. Caldron rages and roars from the distance, but he cannot leave the volcano's core zone. All he can do is take his fury out on the ground beneath him. Caldron's massive fists slam into the ground, shattering the volcanic rock all around him and cratering the earth beneath. After a few more shots, my attack speed stacks have built up. I trigger the Crescent Longbow's active skill immediately. Lunar Frenzy. Attack speed doubled. In that instant, the arrows flying from my hand suddenly go into overdrive. At a rate that defies belief, I unleash a relentless barrage on Flame Warlord Caldron. A wall of damage numbers erupts above the Flame Warlord's head. His health bar drains like a broken floodgate. Shadowstep, watching from the side, has completely crashed. In under half a minute, the Flame Warlord's health bar hits 0. I refuse to accept this. Lord Laurent, I have failed you. Flame Warlord Caldron has been defeated. Seal his demon core as quickly as possible. The demon core floats beside the corpse, pulsing with a sinister flame. I grab the binding scroll and slap it onto the demon core. The Flame Warlord has been sealed. Quest complete. Seeing the completed tag light up on the exclusive quest, I feel a quiet surge of excitement. This first kill drops 2 gold grade pieces of gear and 1 gold grade item. Fiend's Scepter. Grade, gold. Active, summons flame imps based on caster's mana. Up to 3 imps fighting alongside you. Passive, mana combustion. Spells consume double mana, but their power rises to 130%. This is clearly a top tier item for a glass cannon mage. The summoned imps act as meat shields, and mana combustion cranks up the damage output. Fiend's Choker. Grade, gold. Active, Arcane Immunity, removes all negative status effects when triggered. Cooldown, 1 hour. Passive, Vitality Burn. Max HP drops to 90% of base, but resistance increases by 50%. Beyond the 2 gear pieces, there's a gold grade item. Fiend's Whisper. Grade, gold. Single use. On use, confuses one targeted enemy for 5 seconds. This item is going to be enormously useful for what I have planned next. It's only now that I notice the area outside the volcano is packed with onlookers. A broad, heavy-set middle-aged man steps forward from the crowd, a thick beard covering his jaw. Hey there, I'm Titan Slash, Vice President of Titan's Vanguard. Was that your party just now taking down that boss? Shadowstep and Wobbly Mender both stay quiet and turn to look at me. That one gesture tells Titan Slash everything he needs to know. This trio answers to Two-Faced Arrow. Two-Faced, interested in joining Titan's Vanguard? I'll give you a Hallmaster position. The crowd erupts in a wave of gasps. Only a Hallmaster? For Two-Faced Arrow? They shouldn't call you Titan Slash, more like Penny Pincher. Another ripple of shock runs through the crowd. It's Drift God, President of Drifter's Creed. Two-Faced Arrow, come to Drifter's Creed and I'll personally appoint you as First Elder. Perform well, and a vice presidency is on the table. Vice President? The crowd gasps again. I remember Drifter's Creed from my past life. They did plenty of disgusting things, colluding with dark forces. The memory of their betrayal, players cut down in cold blood, still flashes in my mind, and now they have the nerve to invite me in. Laughable. If I didn't need to get back and turn in this quest, I'd switch on PvP mode and one-shot Drift God right here and now. Sorry everyone, I'm not interested in joining any guild right now. I accept Titan Slash's friend request, then crush a recall scroll. Without sparing Drifter's Creed so much as a glance, I'm gone. Drift God's expression darkens immediately. As the crowd disperses, the news of Two-Faced Arrow taking down another boss and rejecting every major guild spreads across the forums like wildfire. I couldn't care less. I'm already back in the village. Chief, the quest is done. The chief takes the scroll, glances at it, and beams. I knew it. You're a true warrior. Here is your well-earned reward. Ha ha ha. Ding. Exclusive quest complete, Infernal Demon. I have received the exclusive item, Seraph Wings. Seraph Wings can be soul-bound. Once bound, the wings grant free flight under your full control. Upgradable. In my past life, this was the item every player dreamed of. Available only to whoever completed the exclusive quest first. I focus my will on them. The wings at my back give a soft, gentle shudder, and I lift off the ground. Players doing quests nearby cry out in disbelief. It's my first time flying, and I'm grinning from ear to ear. It takes a full half hour before I finally, reluctantly come back down. Congratulations. Your level has risen to 10. A distant look crosses my face. In my past life, it took me a solid 10 days to reach level 10. This time, I've done it in 2. Server announcement. A player has reached level 10. The level leaderboard is now open. The announcement sends the whole server into a stunned silence. I'm barely level 4, and someone's already hit 10? How is the gap this massive? Oh, it's Two-Faced Arrow. Well then, never mind. Over at a level 6 grinding zone. Drift God's expression is dark and ugly. Two-Faced Arrow is too much of a threat. If he can't be used, then he needs to be destroyed. Avon, dig up everything you can on him. If he keeps refusing to play ball, leave it to me, President. I know exactly how to handle this. I send Titan Slash a screenshot of the Fiend's Scepter. Stellabis does have an auction house, but it charges a 10% commission. Every coin saved is a coin earned. Not long after I send the screenshot, Titan Slash replies, I'll buy it for 100,000 copper. Name a spot and we'll trade directly. Send someone to the starter village gate. We'll do the trade there. Shortly after, a young player named Titan's Errand Boy comes jogging up. He's almost comically polite when he sees me. The trade is wrapped up fast. Titan's Errand Boy doesn't dare leave the village. He dashes straight to the central storage. From this point on, I can finally focus on stacking my talent without distractions. I fly up over the level 0 rabbit zone first, then unleash the full reach of my range combined with Splinter Shot's AoE. In under 2 minutes, the entire grinding patch of rabbits is wiped clean. Then I do the same to the level 1 grinding zone. Same result. At the same time, I send a message to Yao Yao Gets Seasick. I drop her a set of coordinates and tell her to head there with her brother Shadowstep and wait. We're going flying together. By the time I arrive at the destination, my talent stack has already surpassed 10,000. When I descend from the air and land in front of Yao Yao Gets Seasick and Shadowstep, the two siblings' eyes nearly pop right out of their heads. The group heads quickly to a small ash-formed valley not far from where we took down the Flame Warlord. I pull out the binding scroll that the village chief processed for me. Residual essence of the Flame Warlord detected in this this area. Use the binding scroll to open the dungeon portal. I select open. Player Two-Faced Arrow has opened the dungeon, Infernal Lair. All players level 5 and above may enter for adventure. Less than half a minute after the dungeon opens, a message pops up in my friend list. Bro, our guild wants the first clear of this dungeon. Name your price. Fine, but I control all loot distribution inside. Plus 100,000 copper after we're done. Titan Slash agrees without a second's hesitation. A server-wide first clear announcement is worth more than any amount of advertising money. While Titan Slash is making his way over, players who had been grinding nearby start drifting in one by one. They spot our trio and quickly recognize me. A few female players who are easy on the eyes immediately come forward. Hey, pro, wanna party up? Our whole squad is girls. I'm a cleric, my heals are massive, and our DPS is off the charts. That bow is incredible. Can I take a look? Yao Yao gets seasick, standing right beside me. Looks like she's about to sulk her face off. She gets the distinct feeling that someone is eyeing something she considers hers. Titan Slash doesn't keep me waiting long. Desperate to keep the first clear out of any rival guild's hands, he shows up fast with 8 guild members in tow. I add Wobbly Mender and the Titan's Vanguard members into the party. Once we're inside, everyone follows my lead. I guarantee you walk out with the first clear. Don't worry, I've already briefed them. Anyone who steps out of line, just kick him. Hey, Two-Faced, I'm not in the party yet. Titan's Vanguard has people for the pickups. Don't need you right now. With that, I lead the way into the dungeon, leaving Shadowstep standing there in a complete daze. You, Two-Faced Arrow, you ran off with my sister again. I'm absolutely furious. You are about to enter the dungeon Infernal Lair. Please select your difficulty. Hell difficulty selected. Initiating transfer. As the system prompt fades, our entire party is instantly transported into the Hell difficulty Infernal Lair. The moment we arrive, a wave of scorching heat slams into us. Everyone grimaces. That's when the Titan's Vanguard members start to notice something is wrong. Why are we in Hell difficulty? Two-Faced, this is Hell mode. The items I need only drop on Hell difficulty. Hearing that, Titan Slash shuts his mouth on the spot. The rest of Titan's Vanguard, however, can barely hold it together. Not a word out loud, but their private chat is absolutely exploding. What is Two-Faced Arrow doing? He picked the hardest difficulty without even scouting it first. Is he out of his mind? Let's just see. If he dared to pick it, he probably knows what he's doing. Hearing Titan Slash say that, the others have no choice but to reluctantly shut their mouths. I have no idea the Titan's Vanguard members are talking about me in their private chat. My attention is already fixed on the dungeon information. Hell difficulty Infernal Lair. I've run this dungeon before, in my past life. I just never made it past the final boss. That boss countered aggressive play so hard that I couldn't do anything, and we wiped. This time is different. I grip the crescent longbow. I turn to one of the rogue-looking players in the party. Rogue, go pull the monsters up ahead. Healer, watch his HP. Everyone else get ready to pick up drops. The rogue pulls? Shouldn't a full HP warrior be tanking? Still, these are Titan's Vanguard's elite. Even if they're not happy about the Hell difficulty or my unusual calls, every member of this team has the game sense to execute. Pulling, kiting, healing, the whole flow is smooth as water. The rogue who dashed out has pulled a sizable pack of demons. The humanoid demons roar and charge the moment they spot him. The rogue's expression tightens. These demons hit hard and take hits badly. 2 sloppy hits and he's dead. The full HP warrior in the party moves to step in and take the hits, but then I raise my bow. 3 arrows in 1 second. Twin power shot chains into splinter shot, and a wall of damage numbers erupts above the lava demons' heads. Every single number clears 10,000. In an instant, the 7 or 8 lava demons chasing the rogue drop dead on the spot. All that's left is a pile of gear and copper coins scattered across the ground. Everyone present freezes. What just happened? 10,000 damage? 1-shot kills? Even Titan Slash goes silent. He knew I was strong, he just didn't know I was this strong. Either way, my power finally puts everyone's worries to rest. What are you all standing around for? Go pick up the drops. That snaps everyone back to reality. The warrior's the first to rush over and scoop up the loot. The rogue, meanwhile, keeps strolling forward to pull the next pack, drawing out every last lava demon in the area. Less than 1 minute later, every lava demon at the valley entrance has been wiped clean by me. Even Titan's Vanguard's seasoned elite are left speechless at the clearing speed. I don't need any of this gear. Make me an offer. Titan Slash doesn't hesitate. He quotes a fair price pegged to gold grade market rates. I don't bother haggling. The group pushes forward and soon arrives at the entrance of a cavern. Inside the cavern, a cluster of demons hanging upside down from the ceiling immediately catches everyone's attention. I raise my bow and fire. 1 arrow, then twin power shot, splinter shot chains into basic attacks. The nearest cluster of stone demons is wiped out on the spot. The whole party goes dizzy again watching it. If every dungeon run went like this, that would be absolutely amazing. Wow, Two-Faced Arrow is so insanely strong. The group continues inward, and soon spots 3 separate tunnels ahead. I know the center tunnel leads to the boss, while the left and right ones hold the prerequisite switches. Without hesitation, I head into the left tunnel. Less than 3 minutes in, the path opens up dramatically. A massive underground chamber stretches out before the entire group. At its very center stands a grand flame altar. A petrified demon stands at the heart of the altar. Behind it, a lever-shaped switch waits. To open the boss chamber, that switch must be pulled. The only connection between the tunnel entrance and the altar is a long rope bridge. Below it, endless darkness. Someone has to cross the bridge and step onto the altar. Once the demon awakens, it will destroy the bridge. So whoever crosses is dead unless they can kill the demon before the bridge goes. The rogue who pulled earlier steps up. I'll go. I'm fast. Maybe I can buy some time. I give a nod. Go ahead. The rogue immediately sprints for the altar. The moment he crosses the bridge and sets foot on the altar, a deep, rumbling roar erupts in everyone's ears. Wretched human, You dare disturb the great flame warlord Lord Laurent? The statue bursts back to life, blazing with roaring flames. Demon Guardian Charnaud, Elite, level 10. We're so far away. Can he even reach the demon from here? The question stops everyone for a beat. While they're still worrying, I've already drawn. A plain wooden arrow knocks onto the crescent longbow, and then it's gone with a sharp whip of air. Every eye locks onto that arrow until it lands square on the Demon Guardian. Demon Guardian HP minus 1248. Damage confirmed. Range confirmed. Disgusting insect, come face me. Under my barrage. The Demon Guardian holds out for less than 8 seconds before it falls. As the boss drops, a pile of gear spills out with it. Fortunately, the rogue who held aggro is still alive, and he's already scooping up the loot without missing a beat. I ignore the useless iron grade and silver grade pieces entirely, but I hold on to one silver grade staff. The stats on this silver piece are nothing special, but the revival skill it carries is extremely valuable. I hand the staff to Yao Yao. The girl looks dizzy the moment a silver grade item lands in her hands. A top tier item like this, and he handed it over without even blinking. On activation, grants the target a resurrection status. A skill like that? Yao Yao gasps. That's incredible. With the gear handed out and the rogue tasked with pulling the lever, I lead the group back to the three-way fork and take the rightmost tunnel. Just like before, another altar, another demon guardian standing watch. Same playbook. I drop the guardian before it can destroy the bridge. This time the drops include a few silver grade pieces and a pile of iron grade gear. None of it's useful to me, so I have Titan Slash cash it all out. With both altar switches activated, it's finally time to face the final boss. We follow the center tunnel all the way down. A short while later, the group arrives at an underground cavern several times larger than the previous two chambers. But unlike the others, there's no altar here and no demons. Just a stone stairway descending into the cave, and beneath it, an ocean of churning, scalding lava. At the center of the lava, a massive demonic skull rests with its eyes closed. This is the dungeon's final boss, Flame Warlord Laurent. Along the edges of the lava, a handful of tiny platforms barely big enough for 3 or 4 people, and nothing else to stand on. In my past life, I fought this boss from those very platforms, but back then I was a warrior. My reach was pathetically short. Even pushing myself to the absolute limit, I still couldn't dodge the boss's lava bombardment in the end. This life is different. Someone go wake the boss. I can't. It's too cramped down there. No room to move. I'll do it. In the end, the other archer in the party steps up. He descends the stone steps to the bottom. Then he fires twin power shots straight at the demon's skull. It deals a grand total of minus 5 HP. 2 pathetic single-digit numbers float off the demon's head in red. The archer's face burns with embarrassment. Compared to my 5-digit hits, his single digits aren't even worth looking at. Titan Slash winces watching this too. He sneaks a glance at me. I don't react. He exhales in relief. The damage is enough. The sleeping boss finally stirs awake. Who dares disturb the great Laurent slumber? You will pay for this. With a deep rumbling roar, the demon slowly rises from the lava and takes shape. Unlike the colossal form we fought outside, Flame Warlord Laurent here stands only about 5 meters tall, but his stats are a massive leap above what we saw before. Flame Warlord Laurent, Silver Grade, Max Level 10, Demon Lord Form. Skills: Flame Roar, Summon Imp, Lava Eruption, Titan's Body born from fire. When those terrifying stats appear before the group, the entire party goes silent. Is this thing even killable? We're all going to die here. Don't say that, but look at him. Everyone's eyes shift toward me. I've already drawn the bowstring. An arrow flies from my hand and lands clean on the Flame Warlord below. Damage floats up, minus 9,754. The Flame Warlord's aggro locks onto me instantly. Wretched insect, you've made me angry. Get clear, Yao Yao. A blast of flame erupts. Screams ring out. A massive chunk of the party portraits on my UI go dark all at once. Of everyone near me, only Wobbly Mender survives. The rest, including Titan Slash, are wiped out instantly. Hold on to me. I say it to Wobbly Mender, then launch straight up toward the highest point of the cavern. Wobbly Mender is terrified. Her hands are locked around my arm in a death grip. I carry her up to the very top of the cavern. We're a full 500 meters above the Flame Warlord standing in the lava. At this height, none of his attacks can reach us. I raise my bow and begin rapid firing down at the Flame Warlord as he rages beneath us. Unable to reach me, the Flame Warlord can do nothing but roar helplessly. He slams the lava around him, sending it splashing in every direction. Meanwhile, Titan's Vanguard's private chat is exploding. What the heck was that damage? I'm a full HP warrior and I got one-shotted? Can Two-Faced Arrow actually beat this boss? He's still alive. Still fighting. All buffs up. Lunar Frenzy. Go. My final blessing. Let light protect you. You'll make it. After Yao Yao applies the resurrection status to me, the Flame Warlord unleashes a screen-wide attack. Wobbly Mender, with no way to protect herself, has her HP wiped to 0 instantly, but it buys me a precious window to deal damage. I weave through the air like a ghost. Laurent rages like a cornered lion, but his attacks can no longer find me. I switch into full kiting mode. With my fluid movement, Laurent's health bar bleeds out steadily. Finally, he hits the execution threshold. Without hesitation, I charge up and land the finishing blow. The wiped out party members can't help but worry about how I'm doing. But before anyone even gets to respawn, a game notification rings in their ears. Your party has successfully cleared the dungeon. Hell difficulty cleared? That's impossible. Players Two-Faced Arrow, Wobbly Mender, Titan Slash, and Party have achieved the first clear of the Hell difficulty dungeon, Infernal Lair. Their feat will be recorded across the entire Stellabyss realm. The server-wide announcement leaves Titan Slash and the rest of his party completely stunned. From the first pull to their deaths, barely 3 minutes passed, and somehow, the terrifying final boss is already dead. That's just too fast. Meanwhile, in a normal difficulty dungeon elsewhere, Driftgod is leading his guild's elite squad against the final boss. Unlike Hell mode, the normal difficulty boss stands on a wide open platform. The stats are worlds apart too. With decent pulling, the difficulty is manageable. President, looks like this first clear belongs to Drifter's Creed. Indeed, Driftgod lets a smile spread across his face. That idiot Titan Slash is probably still kissing Two-Faced Arrow's boots. Ignore him. Two-Faced Arrow and Titan's Vanguard have cleared Infernal Lair first. What? A member beside him suddenly shouts with wide eyes, President, they cleared the Hell difficulty. The elite squad fighting the boss flinches hard. Their movements stutter for half a beat. The enraged boss immediately capitalizes, one-shotting several of the squishier classes, then turns around and hammers the tank warrior to death. With the situation spiraling, the entire team wipes in short order. Back at the dungeon entrance, Driftgod's hand clamps around the member's face, his expression murderous. Who told you to shout that out loud? President, I'm sorry. Ow, ow, ow. Ding. Silvergrade boss Flame Warlord Laurent defeated. EXP gained 0. I curl my lip. After level 10, EXP gain is locked until you complete the novice trial and enter a main city. The reason I stayed for this run is partly for the first clear reward, and partly for the hidden gold grade boss tucked away in the starter village. The party materializes at the dungeon entrance. I glance through the gear in my inventory. Then I sell Titan Slash 1 gold grade piece and 4 silver grade pieces. I keep 2 items for myself. Blazing Treads, grade, gold, equip level, 10, active, Flame Trail. For 10 seconds, a trail of flame is left along every path you walk. Enemies walking on the flame trail take 50 HP burn damage per second. Cooldown 1 hour. Infernal Stone Pendant. Grade gold. Mana plus 50. Resistance plus 20. Mana regeneration plus 20%. Active. Infernal Fire Ring consumes 30% of max mana. Surrounds you with a ring of fire, temporarily boosting resistance by 100 points. Also blocks 100 points of range damage until the ring shatters. Two-Faced Arrow, we can't thank you enough. One step slower and Drifter's Creed would have had it. Fair trade. I say my goodbyes to Titan Slash, give Wobbly Mender a few quick words, then log off. Before logging out, I check the level leaderboard. Still number 1. Second place is Wobbly Mender. She's been sticking with me long enough to rack up serious EXP, now sitting at level 9. Third is Shadow Step. He tagged along for a good while too, currently level 8. I pull off the headset and check my bank balance on my phone. When I see a 7-digit number staring back at me, a genuine smile finally crosses my face. Then I spend 990,000 on a gaming pod, ordered online. Unlike the VR headset, the gaming pod allows 2 extra hours of playtime. For most players, that's just a bit more EXP, but for me, that's 2 extra hours of stacking my talent. Before, I couldn't afford it. Now that I can, there's no way I'm passing this up. The installation crew is fast. Barely any time after I get home from eating, someone shows up to set it up. The installation crew is fast. Barely any time after I get home from eating, someone shows up to set it up. A little over an hour later, the gaming pod is up and running. With the pod ready, I log back in. I make my way to the village chief. Ah, it's you, Chief. I want to take the novice trial. What difficulty would you like for your novice trial? The result will directly shape your path of growth. Please choose carefully. The red warning text glares at me. I couldn't care less. I focus on the selection panel. Hell difficulty, monster HP at 6,400%, all stats at 300%. Hell difficulty. The moment I say it, the village chief's warm smile vanishes. Young one, I strongly urge you to reconsider. I've already made up my mind. Seeing I won't budge, the chief says nothing more. He simply murmurs, "Good luck, child," and activates the transfer. A pale blue transfer circle rises beneath my feet, and the next second, I vanish from the village. A flash of light. I find myself in a dimly lit underground arena. The arena is roughly the size of 2 football fields. I'm standing at the very edge. The system prompt rings out. Player Two-Faced Arrow. You are now entering the Hell difficulty novice trial. Your opponent is Berserker Gralar. As the prompt fades, the Berserker across from me snaps his eyes open. Blood-red pupils lock onto me. So you are the challenger? Berserker Gralar. Level 10. Skills, Blood Fury, Demon God, Blood Rage, Crimson Surge. Even with my mental preparation, seeing Gralar's stats makes me swallow hard. The stats are every bit as terrifying as I expected. The plan will work, but even now my heart is hammering. Fortunately, in my past life, players posted Gralar's stats on the forums and figured out a way to beat him. The answer? Exploit the Berserker's complete lack of ranged attacks and kite him. And the easiest way to kite? Fly. That's exactly why I had to get the Seraph wings. While I'm still sizing him up, a blood-red sword beam slices straight at my face. I snap back and dodge just in time. The beam carves a massive gash into the stone wall behind me. I look up. Gralar stands with his greatsword planted before him, his face twisted with fury. You dare lose focus in the presence of the great Gralar? My expression hardens. The Seraph wings erupt from my back in an instant. I shoot upward, rocketing to the very top of the underground arena. By now, Berserker Gralar is fully awake and charging toward where I stood, but I've already taken flight on the Seraph wings. The vertical gap between us is over 50 meters. I raise my bow and fire. Minus 30,458. After all this grinding, my talent passive has stacked past 31,000. Landing on Berserker Gralar, the damage is deeply satisfying. I keep drawing and firing, turning the air into a storm of arrows, but Grellar casually swats every single one aside with his sword beam. Insect, show me everything you've got. Seeing the barrage blocked, I activate Lunar Frenzy, attack speed up 200%, and keep firing. Grellar holds his greatsword horizontal across his body, blocking the bulk of the arrows, but some get through and the damage racks up. Are you tickling the great Grellar? My expression stays cold, not a word. The bowstring moves so fast it leaves after images. A relentless wall of arrows rains down on Grellar. He bats them away with the same casual ease. I'm done playing with you. Blood Fury. With a thunderous roar, Grellar activates Blood Fury. I watch Grellar with a grave expression. As Grellar swings his blade, a sword beam stretches across the entire arena and tears toward me. I throw myself out of the way. The beam obliterates the stone wall behind me. My heart drops. What the heck kind of power is that? Grellar keeps swinging. Wave after wave of blood-red beams surge toward me. I frantically beat my wings, weaving through the air in a desperate scramble. I twist and dodge like a startled bird fleeing a hunter's arrow, barely threading through the dense storm of beams. Every time a beam slams into the stone walls, a massive boom echoes through the arena. Watching me scramble, Grellar sneers. What's wrong, little insect? Already at your limit? I step out from the rubble and dust myself off. My voice is ice cold. Then let me show you what I'm really capable of. Lunar Descent. With that shout, a silver-white magic circle envelops me completely. The seraph wings fold inward, wrapping around me like a silver-white cocoon. 2 seconds later, the cocoon dissolves into scattered points of light. The real fight begins now. This is the Lunar Descent form, unlocked only by combining the crescent longbow and the seraph wings. It's my true trump card as a reborn player. Moon Spirit, answer my call. This is the exclusive skill under Lunar Descent, Soul Cleave. Deals 200% of attack as true damage, plus 1/8 of the target's maximum HP. The arrow launches at Grellar like a bolt of lightning. Grellar hastily raises his greatsword to block. The moon arrow collides with the greatsword, unleashing a terrifying shockwave. When the smoke clears, 3/4 of Grellar's health bar is gone. I hover above, watching Grellar down on one knee, gasping for breath. My gaze is amused. What's the matter, Grellar? Seems like you're not all that impressive after all. Insect, you have some power, but you think this is enough to beat me? I am Berserker Grellar. His expression shifts. I tighten my face, draw the bow, and begin charging as a pillar of red light erupts skyward from Grellar. I fire another moon arrow. The pillar fades. Grellar stands before me in a completely new form. Surprised? I have a second phase too. This is Grellar's passive, Demon God Blood Rage. When he takes enough damage, he transforms into Demon God form. My arrow is already closing in on him. Grellar drives his greatsword into the ground. A pillar of flame erupts from the impact point, and my moon arrow is deflected clean away. I narrow my eyes. He just got harder to deal with. Then let the next move decide this. I raise the crescent longbow, draw it to its limit, and begin charging. Moon Spirit, take the form of a divine dragon and devour the enemy before me. With the chant complete, a divine dragon condensed from the Moon Spirit launches from the bow. On the other side, Grellar drops to one knee and begins chanting an ancient incantation. Father God, grant me strength. Grellar raises his greatsword. A blood-red sword beam tears up from the ground. Grellar swings it forward. The beam collides with the dragon, and an energy storm instantly engulfs the entire underground arena. The dragon swallows the beam whole and transforms into a red and white shockwave. Smoke billows up in every direction. The smoke clears. Grellar lies on the ground, crying out, I refuse to accept this. His health bar empties. His body dissolves into points of light. A crown shimmering with 7-colored light drifts slowly to the ground. I descend from the air to the ground. A soft glow pulses. I release Lunar Descent and slip back into my leather armor. Just as I'm about to inspect the loot, the system notification rings in my ears. Server announcement. Player Two-Faced Arrow is the first to clear the Hell difficulty novice trial. Exclusive title awarded Dawnbringer. The announcement rings out 3 times in a row, igniting a fresh wave of discussion across the entire server. What even is this novice trial? These rewards are insane. Hidden class selection, growth type gear selection, and a skill of your choice. I couldn't even dream of rewards like this. Can someone please tell me how strong Two-Faced Arrow actually is right now? Even Driftgod's expression turns ugly at this point. Can someone like this really be destroyed? Ding. Because you have cleared the Hell difficulty trial. Your free attribute points from leveling up will increase to 4 times the normal amount. Your reality projection rate has risen to 10%. What? The projection has activated early? As a reborn player, no one understands what this projection rate means better than I do. Every player's strength built up in Celibus will eventually project into the real world. I remember, once the first player reached the threshold for projection, monsters from the game began appearing in reality. I don't know if my early projection will affect the real world. Since I can't control it, all I can do is get stronger. I pull my thoughts back. My gaze drops to the crown Grellar left behind. Titan Overlord's crown. Equip level 0. Growth grade common. Skill. Titan's Heart. Max HP plus 10%. HP regeneration plus 10%. Remaining lock skills 4. After reading the description, excitement surges through me. A growth type item. Seriously? Without a moment's hesitation, I swap out the Fiend's Choker for the Titan Overlord's crown. My stats shoot up dramatically. I open my character panel. Compared to when I had the Fiend's Choker equipped, my HP has jumped by nearly 1,000, and my defense has roughly doubled. At this stage, most players straight up can't pierce my defense. Do you wish to hide the equipment's appearance? I select yes. With the appearance hidden, I transfer out of the trial grounds. The moment I materialize out of the trial grounds, I spot the village chief staring at me with eyes as round as saucers. I grin. Chief, I passed the trial. The chief snaps back to his senses, his expression complicated as he looks at me. I never thought I'd live to see a young warrior like you. I'll admit, I underestimated you. As he speaks, a glimmer of something called hope appears in the chief's eyes. In that case, there's something I'd like to ask of you. Ding. Starter village number 23,333 is issuing you a mythic grade chain quest, Stelibus of Old. Do you accept? My expression jolts. In my past life, this mythic quest was claimed by the only player who ever cleared the nightmare difficulty trial. He was also Stelibus's #1 player. According to him, he had to talk the chief's ear off just to get this quest. And here, the chief is offering it to me on his own. Hell difficulty and nightmare difficulty truly are worlds apart. After I accept the quest, the chief speaks again. I knew I had the right person. You really are someone worth trusting. In truth, our village's founding mission was to suppress a sleeping demon. Even now, its heartbeat still echoes beneath the ground. Over countless centuries, the seal has slowly weakened. The demon is gradually waking, and it's on the verge of breaking free. The flame warlord I sent you to seal in the west was born from the demon's aura corrupting the volcanic lava. As the chief finishes his account, the game prompt chimes. Ding! Starter village number 23,333. The village chief is issuing a mythic grade chain quest. Part 1, the sealed demon. Accept quest. Quest description: defeat the demon and force it into slumber. I accept without hesitation. Take this token. It will guide you into the heart of the seal. Ding. Obtained. Binding key 1. Binding key. Quest item. Description: at a specific location within starter village number 23,333. Use this key to enter a sealed space. I say my goodbyes to the chief, then I head toward the coordinates the key is pointing me to. The starter village isn't large. In just a few moments, I arrive at the village center. A statue stands here, its features too worn to make out clearly. Around it, a fair number of players have set up stalls selling gear and materials. My arrival doesn't draw much attention. When I approach the statue with the key in hand, a game prompt appears. Ding, you have arrived at the destination. Use the binding key to enter the sealed realm. I select yes. The moment I do, a blue light blazes across my body. The next second I vanish from the spot. Huh, did that person just disappear? What's strange about that? Probably just used a transfer scroll. A flash of white light. I find myself in a dim underground passage. The walls of the tunnel are studded with glowing stones. These faint light sources are the only thing keeping the passage from being pitch black. The tunnel descends steadily, and the air that meets me grows warmer with every step. I'm not sure how long I walk before the path opens up dramatically. A massive underground plaza stretches out before me. Around the plaza, a thin golden barrier of light encircles the space, separating the outside from the interior. At the very center of the plaza sits an enormous cage, and inside the cage a gaunt figure is imprisoned. 3 spears radiating a faint golden glow are driven through his body. Each one passes completely through him, pinning that frail figure to the ground. So this is the sealed demon? At that moment, the gaunt figure seems to sense my presence. He slowly raises his head. I freeze when I see his face. In my head, demons are supposed to look fearsome. Horns, monstrous features. But this figure has none of those traits. No horns, no monstrous face. This is a human. You lapdogs are nothing if not diligent. 1,000 years and you still haven't forgotten your master's orders. I blink, caught off guard, but he speaks again. To himself as much as to me. You don't carry the scent of those lapdogs. You're a new descender. Didn't expect the new arrivals to bring another descender so soon. A descender, Lord Descender, he murmurs to himself, but the words hit me like a tidal wave. In my past life, I heard the term descender countless times. Only the indigenous people of the Stelibus realm, the Stelibus natives, ever called players that. Which means this person is no demon at all. He's a Stelibus native. Then why did the village chief tell me the sealed being was a demon? Wait, does that mean? My memories churn rapidly. I dig out a rumor I once heard, buried in the back of my mind. Legend has it that somewhere in a hidden realm, there is a stone tablet. The tablet records an event that changed the fate of the entire Stelibus realm 10,000 years ago, and that event can be summed up in just 8 words: foreign invasion, racial annihilation. Thinking back to everything I saw and heard about the Stelibus natives in my past life, they only ever appeared in hidden realms or dungeons, or as lingering spirits, out in the open world. Not a single one. And every native I ever encountered was doing the same thing, helping players. That was common knowledge in the player community. Even after monsters began crossing into reality, some Stelibus natives who had crossed over helped players fight them back. As some players put it in my past life, you can doubt an NPC but never doubt a Stelibus native. So here's the problem. My mythic quest is asking me to kill a Stelibus native from the friendly faction. Right. I should just check his stat panel. Demon Lord Farinel, Gold Grade Boss, Level 10. Skills, Crimson Fire Embrace, Demon Ancient Tongue, Troll's Body. I haven't even finished reading the panel before Farinel speaks. A pity, you're nothing but a weak base class player. You're too weak. Send your strongest. I don't speak with weaklings. I blink. Did he just look down on me? I let out a cold laugh, raise my bow and fire. 1 arrow into Farinel, followed immediately by twin power shot. The absurd damage numbers make Farinel's eyes practically pop from his skull. Before he can say another word, I activate Lunar Frenzy. Arrows fly at his face in rapid succession. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. By the time Farinel snaps out of his initial shock, more than a dozen wooden arrows are stuck in his face. Stop this at once. How dare you show such disrespect to the great Archmage Farinel? Please stop shooting. There's no more room on my face. Farinel is on the verge of a breakdown. In all his long years, he has never once seen an unclassed base job player hit like this. Looking at Farinel's face bristling with wooden arrows, I finally feel satisfied. Now then, Speak, I'm listening. Give me a moment, Farinell whimpers. Only he knows the indignity a great archmage has just been put through. By now his health bar has crept back up to roughly 1/5. My mistake, I didn't expect you to have power like this. I apologize for my earlier rudeness. Let's talk. Get to the point. I want to know, who's lying, the village chief or the Stelibus natives? Farinell speaks. Young one, the key has clouded your vision. Discard the key and you'll see the truth. I hesitate for just a moment, then drop the binding key from my inventory. The moment the key is discarded, Farinell's stat panel shifts exactly as he said it would. Crimson Flame Archmage Farinell, Stelibus Ancient Clan, level 10. Skills, Crimson Fire Embrace, Stelibus Reign of Grace, Fire Spirit's Body. The numbers haven't changed, but the character title and skill names have. This is his true identity. It seems you've already grasped the truth. The one who gave you that key must be a descendant of the Wardens. He tasked you with defeating me, yes? He chose well. With your strength, you genuinely could. But he and you Descenders are not on the same side, in the end. You may not understand that yet. I understand. Your people were once the rulers of the Stelibus realm. You just couldn't stop the foreign invasion. Farinell goes still. His eyes fix on me, as if he's trying to figure out how I could possibly know that. After a long silence, a genuine smile spreads across his face. It seems the chance for my people to reclaim the Stelibus realm has finally come. Young one, since you know the history of those invaders, you should know what must be done. If it's within your power, I ask that you restore the Stelibus realm to its original glory. Ging, Crimson Flame Archmage Farinell has issued a mythic grade chain quest, Reclaim Stelibus. Do you accept? I blink. Another mythic grade chain quest? Tasks of this tier only ever appeared in forum posts in my past life. Now they're showing up one after another right in front of me. Is this what it means to be a top-tier player? If I accept this, do I have to abandon the previous quest? In theory, yes, but I can arrange for you to complete both. How? Simple. You kill me. Farinell says it with a look of quiet peace, as if discussing something that has nothing to do with him at all. I'm moved despite myself. Why? Farinell murmurs softly. The smile fades from his face. He takes on a look of distant memory. Because of hope. After all these years, you are the only hope I've seen, so I am willing to give my life to give you a fighting chance. All I ask is that when you are strong enough, you restore the Stelibus realm. I look at Farinell for a long, long moment without a word. Finally, I give a slow, serious nod. I promise. Thank you. This is my final gift to you. The words barely fade before a faint flame drifts up from Farinell's body. The small flame passes through the cage bars, through the golden barrier, and floats to me, and before my stunned eyes it plunges straight into my chest. Obtained. Farinell's primal flame. Unlocks eligibility for general magic and fire-type magic. Mana plus 500. What the? A magic archer? What Farinell gave me is the ability to learn magic itself. Just general magic and fire-type magic. But for an archer, that's more than enough. Fire-type magic in particular is renowned for its massive range and devastating power. This perfectly plugs the one gap archers have, large-scale area damage. Farinell has given me an extraordinary gift. I can see you're pleased. You can finish it now. Without my primal flame, I won't last much longer. I look over, and the Farinell who seemed reasonably composed just moments ago now looks like a dried-out husk. His stat panel has dropped drastically. Crimson Flame Archmage Farinell, level 10. His stats now barely differ from a level 10 wild monster. He really has burned through his last reserves. I don't linger. I raise my bow and end Farinell's suffering with a single arrow. Ding! You have defeated Crimson Flame Archmage Farinell. You have completed the mythic grade quest, Stelibus of Old. The system notification rings out, but I feel no joy at completing the quest. I check the quest prompt Farinell left me. Reclaim Stelibus, Part 1. Travel to the underground tomb within the Northridge Mountains and find a dark elf named Flot. I know the Northridge Mountains well. They lie to the southeast of Nightfall City, and Nightfall City is one of the game's 8 major cities. Looks like I need to head to a main city first. After leaving the starter village, you can bind a main city as your respawn point. I close the quest log and pick the binding key back up off the ground. Farinell is gone. There's nothing left for me here. I will it, and the key whisks me away in an instant. When I reappear, I'm back in front of the nameless statue. Time to turn in the quest. I make my way back to the village chief. I can't help but look at him now through a different lens entirely, but the chief shows nothing unusual. Young one, you truly are a powerful warrior. You have completed the mythic grade quest, Stelibus of Old. You have received the Sacred Radiance Fount, greatly amplifies holy type items, has the opposite effect on evil creatures, looks like a solid item. The moment I receive the Sacred Radiance Fount, I feel a sudden tremor from the Seraph Wings, bound to my soul. I can feel the Seraph Wings rapidly growing in power. By the time the Sacred Radiance Fount is fully consumed, the Seraph Wings, once just 2, have grown into 4. Their capabilities have doubled outright. 4 wings would attract way too much attention. I'll keep the original appearance. The second part of the mythic chain quest has already updated. Stelibus of Old, Part 2, travel to Radiant City and find High Priest Orenbo. He will guide you to complete the quest. Everything worth doing in the starter village is done. Time to head for a main city. I check my friend list. Wobbly Mender and Shadowstep are still offline. I leave them a message. Yao Yao. Clear the novice trial at the highest difficulty you can manage. As one of the top 3 healers in my past life, I don't mind extending this kind of effortless goodwill to Wobbly Mender. As for Shadowstep, that's purely because he's quick with the pickups. I step onto the starter village transfer circle, select my destination city, and vanish. Players passing by watch in surprise. Was that Two-Faced Arrow? He's the only level 10 in our village. I can't wait to get to the main city myself. I heard there's a whole entertainment district there. I'm going. Transferring to Nightfall City. Nightfall City will be bound as your respawn city. The next second, I materialize on Nightfall City's transfer platform. Unlike the bustling starter village, the vast expanse of Nightfall City is almost eerily quiet. Aside from the occasional NPC guard passing by, only small clusters of Nightfall City residents wander the streets. A short while later, I arrive in front of a towering building. The Adventurers Guild, the class advancement hub every player has to visit. Of course, I'm not here for a class change. I have a hidden class selection waiting for me. There's no way I'm wasting that on a regular class. I'm here to learn fire-type magic. I know fire-type spells are loaded with area of effect abilities. Learning just a few of them will solve my talent stacking speed problem entirely. I'd like to learn magic here, as long as you meet the requirements. When I spot Flame Vortex in the list, my eyes light up instantly. That's the bread and butter grinding skill of every fire mage. Among all magic skills, it's top tier. Exactly the kind of thing I could use as my main clearing ability. This one, I'll take this one. I tell the magic trainer my choice without hesitation. Hold on, you're not a mage. You're an archer. What are you doing here? Did you even look at the requirements for Flame Vortex? 300 mana. Do you have 300 mana? Go on, get out of here. Stop wasting my time. Mages, I swear, faster to flip moods than to flip pages. As a reborn player, I've seen enough of these NPC Mage Masters' tempers to not let it bother me. I simply display my mana stats in front of the magic trainer. This mana, you're a full mana archer? Your mana actually meets the requirement? It doesn't matter, magic is strictly for the mage class to learn. That's ironclad. Let's talk, teach the skill. Seeing my resolve, the magic trainer has no choice but to follow protocol and pass on Flame Vortex to me. Ding. Skill learned, Flame Vortex. Instant cast magic, summons a Flame Vortex 20 meters in diameter. Duration 10 seconds. Cooldown 3 seconds. I run a quick calculation on my current attack. This Flame Vortex deals over 6,500 magic damage per second, 65,000 over 10 seconds, and the cooldown is only 3 seconds. Terrifying. Skill learned. With my session time running low, I log off on my own. I sit up inside the gaming pod, just about to get up, when I notice something is off. My eyesight, which had declined a bit from years of gaming, has suddenly sharpened. Even the buildings and billboard text far beyond my window are unnaturally clear. It hits me. One of the rewards for clearing the novice trial. My in-game strength should now be projecting into reality at 10%. My progress this life is already far ahead of my past one. I wonder how much this early projection will affect the future. After moving around for a bit, my stomach growls without a shred of dignity. The moment I step out, I see my landlord Lena coming down from upstairs in a cool little cami top. You heading out to eat too? Yeah, just woke up from gaming, starving. Come with me, I'll take you somewhere good. On the way back after dinner, flashing police lights and a crowd of onlookers fill the entrance of our complex. I ask out of curiosity. Apparently a stray cat slashed someone's throat. Dead on the spot. Could this be because of my reality projection? I help carry bags of clothes to Lena's room, then head back to mine. A full day of shopping. Even Lena, a seasoned shopping veteran, is feeling a touch of fatigue. After cleaning up, Lena comes to the living room wrapped in a bath towel, ready to sort through the bags of clothes piled everywhere. Lena glances over curiously and realizes the sound is coming from behind the curtain. Why would there be a cat here? She thinks of the news about the stray cat killing. Before Lena can pull back the curtain, a dark shape lunges out from the gap. Ah, help me. Sister Na, what happened? Get off. The force behind my furious punch is absolutely world-ending for a stray cat. XP gained 1. I barely register the game chime. I'm about to check if she's okay when I suddenly freeze. Lena springs up from the floor and throws her arms around me, completely oblivious to her bath towel silently slipping loose. I was so scared. Don't be. Back here. My body goes stiff, but I end up holding the trembling Lena regardless. Back at my place, Lena sits in a silk nightgown, cradling a hot cup of water, sipping it between bouts of silence. That was a real scare, huh, Sister Na? I'll get someone to fix the door tomorrow. I'm fine. That stray was like a tiger. If it weren't for you, I might have been in real danger. In my past life, the first wild monster invasion into reality happened somewhere in the magic capital. But this time it's right here. Could it be because I was the first to project my in-game strength? Sister Na, take my room tonight. I'll sleep outside. Sister Na, take my room tonight. I'll sleep outside. Once Lena is inside the room, I climb straight into the gaming pod. A flash of light. I appear in the Adventurers Guild of Nightfall City. I urgently need to boost my strength, and one of the fastest ways to do that is a class advancement. I open the hidden class selection scroll and scan through each hidden class one by one. Holy Blade, Knight Divine Archer, Wild Hunter. Then one hidden class description suddenly catches my eye. Celestial Marksman, a class blessed by the heavens. All of its attacks are undodgeable, and it possesses extreme long-range scouting ability. This might as well have been tailor-made for me. I choose to advance into the one-of-a-kind hidden class, Celestial Marksman. With my decision made, a class advancement quest appears in my quest log. Class advancement quest, Celestial Marksman. Slay 5 gold-grade bosses of equal or higher level. Collect 1,000 Azure Swallow Feathers. Clear the 10th floor of the hero's tower. 3 conditions that make my eyelids twitch. I study them carefully and conclude that the second one, collecting Azure Swallow Feathers, is probably the simplest at this stage. I stock up on HP and MP supplies in Nightfall City, get my bearings, and fly out of the city. At this point, I'm in full-on talent stacking mode. The passive Flame Vortex has enormous coverage and an extremely short cooldown. I fly through the air, dropping a Flame Vortex into the monster clusters below every 3 seconds. I keep looping around Nightfall City, dropping Flame Vortexes non-stop. Before long, my passive stack count surpasses 50 150,000. At that point, I get a message from Wobbly Mender, seeing that she and her brother have both cleared the hard difficulty trial. I send a quick congratulation and close the chat. A game notification suddenly rings in my ears. Congratulations to player Drift God, first on the server to complete a class advancement. Maitreya really is a powerhouse guild. I didn't expect Drift God to be the first one to finish the advancement quest. I checked the leaderboard. My spot at the top has been taken by Drift God. Every other player is still level 10, unadvanced. Drifter's Creed has designated Radiant City as its guild base. All aspiring warriors are welcome to join. The moment the message drops, the world chat below it explodes with people fawning over Drift God. Drift God, already in high spirits after completing his advancement, grins even wider. He looks toward the guild's core members. What's the status on contacting that two-faced arrow? President, that guy has his friend request set to reject. We can't reach him at all. Useless. You can't even handle something this simple. Pass the word. If anyone runs into two-faced arrow, invite him to the guild first. If he refuses, blacklist him. I want to see how he plays this. Yes, President. I check my passive stack, already at 150,000. Time to go work on the advancement quest. While grinding, I finally dropped 2 pieces of gear I've been missing. A helmet and leg armor. Horn Spirit Helm. Grade Silver. Level 10. Antelope Skull. Passive. Reduces damage received to the head by an additional 5%. The other is leg armor. Galefiend Wolf Leather Pants. Grade Silver. Level 10. Demon Wolf's Edge. Active. Launches a blade attack dealing 300 damage to enemies within 100 meters. Cooldown 10 seconds. Do you wish to hide the equipment's appearance? Hide. With the appearance hidden, I check the map and fly east from Nightfall City. A while later, a brilliant blue ocean horizon finally comes into view, and before me, the silhouettes of pale blue seabirds appear. Azure Swallow, level 30, skills, Diving Swallow, Tide Pulse. As level 30 glass cannon wild monsters, the Azure Swallows have nothing impressive in terms of health or defense. Their real threat is speed, but that's not an issue for me. Flame Vortex goes live, scores of Azure Swallows die inside it, without even getting the chance to attack me. The feather drop rate is painfully low though. I need to kill 10 Azure Swallows to get 1 feather. Another wave goes down. I collect the dropped feathers. 575. The Azure Swallows in the surrounding area are all cleared out. I'll have to wait for the system to respawn them. With nothing to do, I'm about to fly off to grind wild monsters elsewhere for talent stacking, when I suddenly spot a figure slowly crawling through the tree line below. Curious, I dive down and land in front of whoever it is. It's a wounded soldier. His lower body is drenched in blood and his face is white as paper, clearly a person on the edge of death. Adventurer? My sudden appearance has clearly startled him, but seeing that I'm human, he visibly relaxes. Adventurer, I need you to deliver a message for me. I'm not going to make it. Ding. Nightfall City Scout Kamael has issued you a quest. Final message. Do you accept? Final message. Kamael has discovered that the Sea Tribe is massing forces on a certain island, apparently preparing to attack Nightfall City. Deliver this message to the Lord of Nightfall City. You will be generously rewarded. The quest catches me off guard. My mind involuntarily drifts back to one of the major events of Nightfall City in my past life, the Sea Tribe attack. With that in mind, I accept the quest without hesitation. Thank you, adventurer. Get this to the City Lord as fast as you can. Nightfall City needs to be ready. The soldier falls silent after the words leave him. I hoist the soldier's body onto my back and fly back toward Nightfall City. I don't use my recall scroll. That would leave the body behind. On the way, I keep dropping flame vortexes to stack my talent passive. By the time I reach Nightfall City, the stack count has hit 200,000. Who goes there? No trespassing in the Lord's Manor. I set the body down and point to it. This is one of Nightfall City's soldiers. His name is Kamael. Before he died, he asked me to deliver an important message to the City Lord. Led by the guard, I'm brought inside the Lord's Manor before long. It's a vast open hall. On the throne, a striking woman watches me with a calm, composed gaze. Adventurer, what brings you here? I'm no stranger to Nightfall City's female lord, said to carry royal bloodlines. Her name is Iris. In my past life, after the game projected into reality, this city lord also crossed into the real world and led a force of soldiers to help humanity fight back against the monster invasion. For her breathtaking beauty and formidable power, she was known among humans as the Rose Queen. Honored City Lord, one of your soldiers asked me to relay a message to you before he died. The Sea Tribe is massing its forces. Nightfall City must prepare. Those wretched fish folk really do have designs on my city. Adventurer, on behalf of Nightfall City, I thank you for your assistance. This is your reward. Iris holds out a badge as she speaks. Ding. Obtained. Nightfall Badge. Renown plus 50. Nightfall Badge. Within Nightfall City's sphere of influence, I may mobilize military forces of up to 100 soldiers and hold immunity from Nightfall City's laws. Excitement surges through me. This is the legendary privilege item from my past life. With the ability to deploy level 60 NPCs at my command, I can honestly say that with this badge, I'm practically a celestial dragon of Nightfall City. After bidding farewell to City Lord Iris, I head toward the tallest tower in the city, the Hero's Tower. Every one of the 8 major cities has a Hero's Tower. Any player gets 3 challenge attempts per day, and a successful clear doesn't consume an attempt. Having challenged the Hero's Tower before, I'm fully confident in my current damage output. Arriving at the Hero's Tower, I find the sky-piercing structure already surrounded by a crowd of players. I spot a familiar familiar face in the crowd. It's none other than Titan Slash, Vice President of Titan's Vanguard. That's when I remember, in my past life, Titan's Vanguard was based in Nightfall City. Titan Slash spots me too. Two-faced arrow, what brings you here? I'm here to challenge the Hero's Tower. No one's made it past the second floor yet. Apparently the Guardian there is only level 11. I know. Let's head in and see. I push my way through the crowd and enter the Hero's Tower. So that's Two-faced arrow? Looks pretty ordinary to me. Word is he's around our level, and he thinks he can clear the second floor? Dream on. No idea where he gets that confidence. Just wait and watch him get sent right back. A burst of radiance. My figure materializes on an enormous arena platform. A burst of radiance. My figure materializes on an enormous arena platform. The floor stretches out wide in every direction. Directly across from me, a figure cloaked entirely in black is slowly taking shape. He wears a set of teal armor, and an ancient helmet encases his entire face, leaving only a pair of cold, indifferent eyes exposed. Tempest Warrior, level 10. Skills, Storm Rush, Raging Gale, Death's Tempest. As the first floor guardian of the Hero's Tower, I know the Tempest Warrior's stats inside and out. One glance and I've already lost interest. I draw my bow and fire without another thought. The Tempest Warrior doesn't even manage a grunt before it drops on the spot. Outside the Hero's Tower, I'll bet 1 minute on this, that's a Tempest Warrior in there. An archer caught at close range is dead meat, everyone knows that. Hey, look over there, 3 seconds. I didn't even finish my sneeze. The last top player spent 40 minutes on this. Is this guy even human? First place, Two-faced arrow, floor 1 cleared in 3 seconds. Every player who sees that ranking collectively loses their mind. You've got to be joking. The last person fought for 40 minutes just to beat the floor 1 guardian, and Two-faced arrow does it in 3 seconds? Is there no law? Is there no justice? Congratulations on defeating the 10th floor guardian of the Hero's Tower. I receive skill enhancement scrolls ×3. Watching the 10th floor guardian dissolve away, I finally let out a long breath. I check the class advancement conditions, only the last requirement left. I've lost any desire to stay and keep pushing. A thought, and I step out of the Hero's Tower. The moment I step out, a wave of burning stares lands on me. You're finally out, legend. Two-faced arrow, you're incredible. I want to have your babies. Two-faced arrow, look at me, I love you. The frenzied crowd is on the verge of surging forward. Titan Slash and the Titan's Vanguard members hold them back. I'm completely lost, still processing what just happened when Titan Slash walks over with a young man beside him. Hello, I'm the president of Titan's Vanguard, Titan Xuanzhan. It's a pleasure to meet you. Likewise. I've heard a great deal about you. My impression of Titan's Vanguard is a good one. I shake his hand. At that moment, a curvaceous older sister type walks over. Hello, legend. I'm Qingyuan Yu, vice president of the Azure Luan Guild. On behalf of our guild, I'd like to invite you to join. Our Azure Luan Guild, like Titan's Vanguard, is one of the top 10 guilds in the gaming world. However, since we only recruit female players, our overall combat strength sits at 10th overall. With the Azure Luan Guild breaking the ice, other guild representatives who had been waiting step forward one by one to express their goodwill. I decline every guild invitation, but add some of their core members as friends. During this, I reject friend requests from 2 guild representatives, one from Drifter's Creed, one from the Madman's Guild. I have 0 goodwill for either of those guilds. During this, I reject friend requests from 2 guild representatives, one from Drifter's Creed, one from the Madman's Guild. I have 0 goodwill for either of those guilds. In my past life, after the game invaded reality, the presidents of both guilds went straight to work as dogs for the ancient evil gods, not only hunting down players inside the game. In reality, they also helped the first wave of evil god cultists establish their foothold. I despised both guilds with everything I had in my past life. I just didn't have the power to do anything about it. This life, I have that power, and I won't be letting them off easy. I look out to see the crowd packed 3 layers deep around me. No other option. I take to the sky on my seraph wings and fly out overhead. The class advancement quest has 1 condition left. Slay 5 gold grade bosses. If I tried to track down field bosses on my own for this, who knows how long it would take. Fortunately, as a reborn player, I know of a location near Nightfall City that has gold grade bosses and is also ideal for talent stacking. A while later, an ominous black mountain range looms before me. I don't know the Undead Cavern's exact location, so I fly back and forth through the Undead Mountains looking for anything suspicious. After a while longer, my gaze suddenly drops to a valley in the distance. There, a pitch-black cave entrance faces my direction. I close in fast, clear the undead from the valley floor with flame vortex, then step inside the cavern. The moment I'm inside, a game notification chimes in my ears. Ding! You have discovered a special area, Undead Cavern. The tomb chamber is enormous, roughly the size of 2 football fields, and crammed wall to wall with skeletons. I'm standing at the chamber entrance. The undead skeletons in the distance haven't moved to attack. Everywhere I look, nothing but these jade-white skeletons. Only at the stairway entrance deep inside is there a massive dark shape that stands apart from the rest. Sure enough, that shadowy form is the gold boss that spawns on this floor. I stop hesitating and throw a flame vortex into the skeletons filling the chamber. In an instant, the cracking and shattering of bones erupts all at once. Countless jade-white skeletons are swept away by the flame vortex, reduced to piles of shattered bone. Moments later, not a single skeleton is left standing on the first floor of the tomb. The massive silhouette finally stirs. Crunch, crunch. It steps over the broken skeleton remains and advances with overwhelming pressure. I quickly make out the newcomer's form. A colossal skeleton wearing a crown of pure gold. Skeleton King, gold grade boss, Level 25. Skills: Summon Skeletons, Sovereign's Wrath, Undead Physique, 220,000 passive stacks. 9 arrows is all it takes. An arrow lands precisely on the Skeleton King's smooth brow. Its health bar drops by a visible notch at a pace you can see with the naked eye. Even the Skeleton King itself is momentarily stunned. It reaches up and touches its polished brow, unable to understand why a single arrow took 1/10 of its health. One thing it does understand: the human before it is not to be taken lightly. A silent shriek. The Skeleton King raises a rusted cleaver and swings it toward where I'm standing. I keep firing without pause, mentally commanding the Seraph Wings to lift me into the air. Out of the Skeleton King's attack range, I become a merciless arrow machine, dodging its strikes while sustaining unrelenting output. Under this assault, the Skeleton King holds out for less than 15 seconds before it collapses in fury. Under this assault, the Skeleton King holds out for less than 15 seconds before it collapses in fury. Server announcement. Player 2 faced Arrow's feat of being the first to slay a gold-grade boss will be forever recorded in the history of the Stelibus realm. With the Skeleton King defeated, the passage to the next floor lights up. I don't hesitate and head straight to the next floor. Deep within the undead cavern, in a cramped secret chamber, dim candlelight provides the only illumination. In 2 corners of the chamber, a figure lurks in the shadows each. I understand what you both want. 7 days from now, I will send my servants to Nightfall City. Once it's done, 80% of Nightfall City's population belongs to me. The city itself and its surrounding land go to you. Agreed. However, City Lord Iris is specifically named by our leader to be kept alive. You are not to touch her. Rest assured, I have no interest in the living. Suddenly he shudders and looks up at the ceiling. Strange, an insect has snuck in. The candle inside the chamber flickers. When you look again, one of the figures has vanished without a trace. 5th floor of the cavern. I fire my last arrow and send an undead knight tumbling. I let out a relaxed breath. All 3 class advancement conditions have finally been met. I take out the advancement, scroll again. The words "all complete" have appeared on it. Without hesitation, I activate the advancement scroll immediately. Ding! The power of the advancement scroll has been unleashed. Congratulations on your class advancement. Unique hidden class, Celestial Marksman. I have learned the skills Celestial Eye, Azure Thunder's Judgment, Heaven's Blade. I knew hidden classes were powerful. I just didn't expect them to be this powerful. 1 level up is worth 12 for any other player. It's not just powerful, it's broken beyond belief. Beyond the free attribute points from leveling up, the 3 newly learned skills also exceed every expectation. The first skill in particular, Celestial Eye, feels like it was made specifically for me. What I've been most worried about isn't my attack range, it's the limit of my own eyesight. But with Celestial Eye, that changes entirely. I can use it to illuminate the vision field of wherever a target is, then deliver precise strikes based on that view. Whether normal attacks or skills, anything aimed at a target cannot be dodged or blocked. I'm basically a walking intercontinental ballistic missile in human form now. Just as I'm feeling pleased with myself, a raspy voice reaches my ears. I thought some formidable figure had broken in. Turns out it's just a little grunt who's had their first class advancement. The voice fades and I spot a figure draped head to toe in a black robe standing at the entrance to the next floor. I quietly go on guard, my gaze landing on the figure's identifier. Lich Glock, Diamond Grade Boss. Level, HP, Magic Attack, Defense, Resistance, Skills, all string of question marks. My scalp crawls. In Stelibus, any target above level 30 displays as a question mark for level. All question marks. This thing is at least level 40, but its name catches my attention. Lich Glock. A lich? Could it be? I remember now. So this is where he's been hiding all along. Lich Glock. This name wasn't unknown in the area around Nightfall City in my past life. Countless players and NPCs remembered it. What left the deepest impression about Glock was the undead army he commanded. Among the forces that attacked Nightfall City back then, Glock's undead legion was one of them. If Iris hadn't made the decisive move to slay Glock herself, Nightfall City might have fallen under the combined siege. Right now, he's standing right in front of me. For the sake of Nightfall City's future, I decisively use my recall scroll. You've got to be joking. If Glock were 220 kilometers away, I wouldn't mind taking a couple of shots at him to loosen up, but the distance between us is barely 200 meters. I'm not about to go toe-to-toe in damage and skills with a powerful lich at this range. The glow lighting up around me gives Glock a moment's pause, then he snaps back. You dare try to run from my domain? What do you think this is? An amusement park? Glock raises his hand to unleash an attack, but a mage's windup is too long, not fast enough to beat my instant cast skill. His attack comes slower than my exit. Watching it happen, Glock erupts in curses. Wretched little pest, don't let me find you, or I will make your soul suffer for 10 million years. My figure has already materialized from the transfer platform in Nightfall City. This encounter makes one thing very clear to me. Playing without a crowd control skill is a nightmare. I take out the class skill selection book I specifically saved for after my class advancement. Ding. Class skill selection book used. I may select one from the following class skills. Triple Divine Arrow. Fired arrow splits into 3, dealing 150% arrow aura damage to all enemies in range. Summon Celestial General in the name of the Celestial. Summons a Divine General to fight alongside you. The General's stats are set at 200% of the summoners. Duration, 30 minutes. The Celestial Marksman doesn't have many class skills, roughly 20-something at a glance, but every single one carries immense numbers and outrageous effects. I'm momentarily stumped. In the end, I choose a crowd control skill, Divine Wrath Grip. active, instant cast, condenses space to suppress all objects in a target area for 5 seconds, costs 400 mana, cooldown 30 minutes, skill selected. I immediately move to enhance it. Ding, skill enhancement scroll used, Divine Wrath Grip has been enhanced. All 3 scrolls consumed. The description of Divine Wrath Grip has shifted slightly. Divine Wrath Grip, active, instant cast, condenses space to suppress all objects in a target area for 8 seconds, costs 800 mana, cooldown 15 minutes. After enhancement, the suppressed duration and cooldown of Divine Wrath Grip have both seen significant improvement. It might look like just 3 extra seconds of suppression, but those 3 seconds are enough for me to unleash a Heaven's Blade. Suddenly a friend message flashes. I open it. It's from Wobbly Mender. Legend. My brother and I found a silver boss out in the field. Get over here, legend. Because of me, Wobbly Mender and Shadowstep had also come to Nightfall City. However, neither of them had the shamelessness to ask me to carry them. They were grinding out in the field as a sibling duo, just like when we first met. And while they were grinding away, they spotted a silver boss wandering around in the wild. There's no denying it. Those two have incredible luck. Legend, hurry! Other players have spotted it. I'm scared they'll steal it. I don't reply to Wobbly Mender right away. Instead, I open the map and check the coordinates. The location is just within my attack range. That puts me at ease. Don't panic. Send me the boss's stats, then form a party with me. Message just sent. Wobbly Mender sends over the boss's stat panel. Two-Face King, Silver Boss, level 12, skills, Inkhorn Trample, Berserk Charge, Scale Armor Guard. I accept Wobbly Mender's party invite. Both of you get ready. The moment the boss drops, grab the loot immediately. Are you on your way, legend? She tilts her head back, bright eyes sweeping the area, but she only sees players gradually closing in from nearby. I'm not coming, but I can still kill the boss. Reading my reply, Wobbly Mender feels like her brain is short-circuiting. What does that even mean? Not coming, but still able to kill the boss? Is he going to kill it with his mind or something? While Wobbly Mender is racking her brain, Shadowstep walks over and taps her shoulder. Yao, what's the status? Has Two-Faced Arrow shown up? More players are closing in. He said he's not coming, but he can still kill the boss. He told us to get ready to grab the loot. What? He's not coming? Then how do we fight the boss? While they're talking, a group of players steps right up to the two of them. Hey guys, we all found this boss together. Want to party up and take it down? If we wait for a guild to show up, we unaffiliated players won't get a thing. As they speak, their eyes drift over Wobbly Mender's face and figure, the flash of admiration impossible to suppress. Shadowstep's face goes cold as he steps in front of his sister. Sorry, we can handle this boss ourselves. Our teammate is already on the way. Ha! That's hilarious. That line is ancient, man. You're just trying to sell the boss to a guild, aren't you? Why pretend otherwise? Find your share equally. What do you say? I said we can handle it ourselves. We don't need you. Seeing Shadowstep's firm stance, the player's expressions cool sharply. We came to you with good intentions and this is how you treat us? You can kill it, huh? Then do it. Let me see. That thing is the Two-Face King. A boss like that, you think a couple of solo players can even pierce its defense? The leader points at the boss nearby. Little do they know, a streak of light comes blazing in from the distant sky. It lands precisely on the Two-Face King's head. An absurd number floats up. Its entire health bar vanishes in an instant. The player who had been pointing freezes. Since when are my fingers this strong? Did I just one-shot the boss with a point? While they're still in a daze, Shadowstep's silhouette flickers. The glittering gear on the ground vanishes instantly, including one piece radiating a golden glow. The sight makes every player on the scene nearly pop their eyes out. Shadowstep can pick up the boss drops. His teammate really did kill it. Gold gear. That's gold grade gear. There's no gold grade gear on the auction house yet. This could be the very first one. Its value is beyond measure. Hold it. Almost instinctively, a mob of players surround the sibling pair. Leave that gold grade gear behind or you're not going anywhere. That's right. Hand it over or don't blame us for what happens next. The mob's words drain the color from Shadowstep's face. Wobbly Mender shrinks behind her brother, not daring to face forward. She can only message the legend. We've been surrounded. They're demanding we hand over the gold gear. My brother already listed it on the auction house. Honestly, even without Wobbly Mender telling me, I already know what's happening. High above in the brilliant blue sky, a nearly translucent eye, almost indistinguishable from the sky itself, hovers silently. That eye is none other than what my passive ability has evolved into, Celestial Eye. Under the gaze of Celestial Eye, I can see every detail of the scene with perfect clarity. Seeing the siblings surrounded, I'm not worried. I just send back a single message. It's fine. Then I will it. And a bolt of lightning drops with shocking abruptness from directly above the crowd. The strike point is the center of the ring where the siblings stand. Thunder crashes, arcs of electricity rage outward. The siblings squeeze their eyes shut and brace for death, only to find not a scratch on either of them. Instead, all the players who had closed in erupt in screams. Moments later, the two open their eyes in a daze. The crowd is gone. All that's left is a floor full of gleaming equipment. Still reeling, Wobbly Mender suddenly gasps. Brother, the legend says to grab all the gear on the ground and sell it. He can see us. Shadowstep is completely fried. First he one-shots a boss, now he's calling down thunder. Are we even playing the same game? I arrive at Nightfall City's Lord's Manor and once again lay eyes on the peerlessly cold beauty of City Lord Iris. Today, Iris is wearing a perfectly tailored formal gown. Her stunning figure, set off by by the gown radiates a breathtaking allure. Combined with her cold, imperious queen's expression, it stirs an inexplicable urge to conquer. I keep my head clear though. Beautiful beyond compare she may be. She's also a powerhouse approaching her 4th class advancement. One wrong move and I'm dead. Two-faced arrow, I hear you have something to discuss with me. City Lord, while I was training in the undead mountains, I discovered a cavern. After going deeper inside, I tell Iris everything about my time in the undead cavern, including slaying the level 30 gold boss. I hold nothing back. I'm aware of a lich in the undead mountains, but you're saying you managed to slay death knights under a lich's command? Are you certain you're not trying to fool me? City Lord, if you don't believe me, I can demonstrate right here. Very well, come with me. Iris turns and walks. The two of us cross the grand hall of the Lord's Manor and quickly arrive at the training grounds inside. Across the spacious training grounds, dummy targets stand in neat rows along the western plaza. Those dummies can withstand attacks from a 3rd advancement practitioner. Feel free to use your skills without holding back. 3rd advancement, that's the capability of someone above level 60. With my current attack power, I genuinely can't destroy these dummies. But giving Iris a small shock? That I can do. No more talking. I pull out the crescent longbow and begin charging, aimed at a dummy. If it's a performance, I'd better bring out my strongest attack. Celestial arrow begins charging. A flash of surprise crosses Iris's expression nearby. With her power, she can naturally sense the terrifying destructive force contained in my arrow. The arrow shoots forward, trailing a deep azure glow. Damage, 1,231,452. Iris's hand, hidden beneath her gown, gives the faintest tremble. Ding. Nightfall City Lord Iris's affinity toward you has increased by 20%. Current affinity, 30. The game notification rings out suddenly, giving me a slight start. Affinity, a stat that only exists between NPCs and players. Clearly, my performance has earned Iris's recognition and given her a favorable impression of me. The strong have always admired the strong. Inside, Iris is undeniably stirred. He's barely into his 1st advancement. How does he have destructive power on par with a late-stage 3rd advancement? So this is what a descender is like. City Lord, what I just showed you was my peak attack. Now allow me to show you my area attack. Thunder, come. My hand drops. A lightning bolt as thick as a bowl descends from the sky. A dense storm of damage numbers rises from the area where the dummies stand. Watching every second of it, Iris feels a deeper surge within. Ding. Nightfall City Lord Iris's affinity toward you has increased by 10. Current affinity, 40. Your strength has my full acknowledgement. I have an excellent destination to recommend, one that will let your power grow rapidly. My eyes light up. So there are hidden quests to claim from her after all. A hidden quest. Honored City Lord, I'm very much looking forward to your recommendation. Don't call me City Lord. From now on, just call me Iris. Of course, Iris. Iris breaks into a light smile. The beauty of that fleeting smile makes my heart give a traitorous little flutter. This NPC is almost too realistic. She nearly got through my defenses. Sensing something off in my reaction, Iris doesn't seem bothered. The place I'd like to recommend is the Empire's Royal Academy. But first, you'll need to obtain something to serve as your enrollment proof. Could you enlighten me as to what that something is? Dawnbringer. Only the finest new talent has a chance to enter the Royal Academy. Originally, you Descenders had a chance to earn the Dawnbringer title back in the starting lands, but the difficulty is immense. Now, as long as you can, Iris suddenly stops short, because I've pulled out the Dawnbringer title I earned after clearing the Hell difficulty novice trial in the starter village. This is the Dawnbringer. That's right, I cleared the highest difficulty trial. You earned it in the starting lands? Iris is at a loss for words. The visible rise and fall of her chest speaks for her emotions right now. This trip should be on behalf of Nightfall City, shouldn't it? As the City Lord, shouldn't you be giving me something good in return? Iris blinks. I see. So that's the real reason you came to demonstrate your power. Go ahead. What do you want? Heh. Do you happen to have a level 30 gold grade armor set? I'd love a full one. I do have a gold grade set. But can you even equip it? All equipment for you Descenders requires your strength to meet the threshold first. Giving it to you now would be useless. Don't worry about that. You just need to have it ready. I'm going to go level up right now. Go then. When you reach your 2nd advancement, come back here to claim the set. Gold grade set secured. Enrollment qualification locked in. Next, push levels relentlessly and hit level 30 within a day. Out of the gaming pod, I head upstairs to find Li Na. 2 knocks, and Li Na opens the door quickly. Sister Na, it's me. So you do still remember to come find me. And only at night. He can't be here for— No, this little rascal is up to something. I furrow my brow at Lena and notice her expression gradually shifting to something flustered and indignant, her face going red. Sister Na, there's something I want to talk to you about. Lena rolls her eyes at me again and turns, swaying back to the living room sofa. That's when I notice Lena is wearing a silk nightgown. The soft, slightly loose fabric clings here and there against her figure, tracing out a few eye-catching curves. I avert my gaze and sit down on the sofa beside Lena. Out with it then. What are you here for, showing up at this hour? I look over at Lena. Her face is growing redder by the moment, her eyes watching me with a faint trace of expectation. Sister Na, let me take you along in the game. Tell me your game ID, I'll come find you. I've been nervous all night for this. Back online, I open the friend list immediately. I type in the game name, counting to 3. I really can't figure out why Sister Na chose that name. It doesn't suit her at all. I've barely sent the request, and Lena has already accepted it. A message from Lena arrives immediately. You're actually Two-Faced Arrow himself? Haha, surprised? Surprised! You should have told me something this huge. Seeing that message, I feel a little guilty. I quickly change the subject, saying I'm heading over to take her leveling. Lena lets it go without pressing further, and quickly sends me coordinates, mentioning she has a friend who needs to come along. I check the coordinates. Lena is in Radiant City of all places. Not bad at all. I can take the opportunity to pick up Radiant City's legendary quest while I'm there. Meanwhile, at a grinding spot outside Radiant City, Lena ignores her friend's protests and plops herself down on the grass, then stretches out comfortably. She's wearing a battered set of armor that leaves her fair midriff and arms on display. The armor hugs her figure, perfectly tracing every generous curve. The girl beside her rolls her eyes. Look at that. Your stomach is showing. It's fine. Zhao Yu says it while tugging Lena's armor down a little. She's a mage, wearing the pale gray robes exclusive to the advanced mage class. The wide robes shroud her figure completely, but the contours visible front and back suggest her figure is no less impressive than Lena's. Oh, come on, Xiao Yu. You're more fussy than my mom. Relax. Once my friend gets here, you can lie down and level up too. You have a friend like that, Nana? Ha! They'll be here soon? While Lena and Zhao Yu are chatting, a group of players slides up with shifty grins. Lena's brow furrows. She sits up and fixes the group with a cold stare. The lean, wiry youth leading the group looks at Lena and Zhao Yu with a smile. Hey ladies, just the two of you grinding? Want to join our party? We're from Drifter's Creed. His eyes hide a deep flash of admiration. Wang Hao feels like his luck is maxed out today. He'd come out grinding with guildmates and ended up running into players this stunning, especially the female warrior sitting on the ground. That figure, that face, those legs that seem to go on forever. The female mage isn't bad either. Even with those robes covering everything, Wang Hao can tell in one glance what's beneath them. Wang Hao's admiration gradually shifts to something more like greed. Lena and Zhao Yu both see it. Their faces make no effort to conceal the disgust. We don't need to join your party. We're leaving. Hey, don't rush off. We're all out here grinding. No need to be so distant. Any other female players might have given in, honestly. Solo grinding is genuinely exhausting, and getting hit by monsters genuinely hurts. But Lena and Zhao Yu have absolutely no such thoughts. Lena starts swearing outright. Get lost. Feisty one, huh? Either you keep us company while we grind or you respawn in town yourself. At that exact moment, a figure drops from the sky and lands perfectly in front of Lena. Lena's eyes light up the instant she sees who it is. You finally showed up. I turn to Lena with a grin. Better to come at the right time than too early. Convenient timing to help you clear out these flies. My words are full of arrogance. I don't spare Wang Hao and his group a second glance. Wang Hao and the group behind him glare at me with open hostility. Who do you think you are, kid, daring to meddle in Drifter's Creed business? Get him, how bro? In Radiant City you've got a death wish. I can't even be bothered to waste words. I just casually swing my hand down. A lightning bolt as thick as a bowl crashes down right in the middle of Wang Hao's group. The next second it explodes into a swarm of lightning snakes. Minus 1,154,712. A string of absurd numbers floats up from their heads. They barely register the blinding flash before collapsing in unison without a sound. In that instant, my name turns a deep, vivid red. Ding, you have been slain by player Two-Faced Arrow. Wang Hao's expression is absolutely priceless as he emerges from Radiant City's respawn point. Isn't Two-Faced Arrow supposed to be in Nightfall City? How is he in Radiant City? A flood of questions races through Wang Hao's head, but he quickly recalls what the president said. Remember, the moment you spot Two-Faced Arrow, report it immediately. That thought sends him scrambling to open his contacts. President, Two-Faced Arrow is in Radiant City. At that moment, Drift God is out in the field grinding with the guild's elite squad. Wang Hao's sudden message kills every bit of his grinding motivation in an instant. Two-Faced Arrow. He immediately turns to the guild members. Rally every core member in the guild. Have them assemble outside the south gate of Radiant City. Yes, President. Before long, all of Radiant City is buzzing from Drift God's single command. Massive waves of Drifter's Creed players stream toward the southern end of the city. Passers-by keep turning their heads. What's going on? The Drifter's Creed players all seem to be heading for the south gate. Word is their president spotted Two-Faced Arrow, and they're moving to intercept. Two-Faced Arrow? The legend who's already level 30? That's the one. Who knows what their president is thinking? The guy's level 30. How are they going to kill him? Outside the south gate, Drift God surveys every core guild member with an icy expression. Send out all the rogues and hunters. I want Two-Faced Arrow's exact coordinates within 30 minutes. Meanwhile, after I swat Wang Hao and his group, Lena grabs hold of me and starts firing questions non-stop. Are you a hidden class? Why are you so much stronger than the hidden classes on the forums? Hey, say something. What are you being all mysterious for? My head is buzzing. I feel like Lena's questions are about to swallow me whole. Easy, Sister Na. Let's get moving first. I'll answer them one by one. Hearing that, Lena finally lets up. Fine. Where are we going to level up? Oh, I almost forgot to introduce you. This is my bestie, Zhao Yu. Pretty face, sweet voice. Lena pulls Zhao Yu over and shoots me a little wink. Zhao Yu's face goes red, and she reaches out to pinch Lena. Lena, I'll get you for that. Don't be mad. This Zhao Yu. In my past life I only heard Lena mention her once. She apparently died in the very first monster invasion. Lena cried about it for a long time. It's rare to have a good bestie you can push around like that. I speak up. The wild monsters around Radiant City are too low level. We'll go somewhere further. I open the game map as I say it, pointing to a completely blacked out region. Lena and Zhao Yu exchange a puzzled look. That far? Wouldn't it take half a day to walk? I'll fly you both there, I add, and the seraph wings behind me snap open. Lena's eyes light up instantly. I grin, wrap an arm around each of their slender waists, and launch off the ground, drawing a shriek from both of them. Both instinctively throw their arms around me. Guided by the map, the group quickly crosses a stretch of grinding zones. Lena and Zhao Yu land and step off. The moment they see the wild monsters ahead, both of them freeze. Evil cultist, level 45. Alright, from here on, all you two need to do is collect the drops. I raise my hand and drop a flame vortex. When the howling red inferno rises over the encampment, Lena finally snaps back to reality and stares blankly. What the heck? Are you hacking? Ding. Level up to 30. All stats +1, free attribute points +5. When the game notification chimes in both women's ears, Lena starts trembling with excitement. Zhao Yu beside her nods frantically, the rapid rise and fall of her chest betraying just how worked up she is. I, the one who actually did it, am completely unfazed. To keep leveling, a second class advancement is required. But Sister Na, hold off on your second advancement for now. Give me a few days. I'll get you a hidden class. The moment she hears there's a hidden class on the table, Lena gets even more excited. She throws herself at me. You're the absolute best, little bro. All those years of your sister looking after you weren't wasted. Lena plants a firm kiss on my cheek as she says it. Zhao Yu watches the two of us with a longing pout. Ugh, being force-fed the couple's menu again. I still have things to do in Radiant City, so I decide to fly back on my own. Lena and Zhao Yu say nothing more. They crush their recall scrolls and warp out. As I fly toward Radiant City, I quickly notice a massive crowd of players below. Curious, I decide to drop down and see what's happening. In the middle of the crowd, Drift God is in full meltdown. Useless. Absolutely useless. 3,000 rogues and hunters and not one of them can find Two-Faced Arrow. Faced with Drift God's fury, every core member below doesn't dare make a sound. Suddenly Wang Hao feels a chill run down his spine. He looks up. President, there's someone in the air above us. Wang Hao stares up in bewilderment at the figure descending overhead. The rest of Drifter's Creed all look up too. Drift God's face shifts suddenly. Two-Faced Arrow. Everyone, get ready. On my signal, move. Drift God's order spreads fast. The 10,000 plus players outside the south gate all look up at me in unison. By now I can see it clearly too. Every single game ID in that crowd starts with Drift. These are all Drifter's Creed players, here to ambush me in the open field. Looks like it's time to give Drift God a small taste of what he's dealing with. I drop in altitude, hovering above Drift God and looking down at him. Drift God's expression is dark and grim. In his eyes, what I'm doing is sheer contempt, a personal insult. All units, attack, at Drift God's command. The guild's range classes already poised and ready, unleash their skills in my direction. Faced with thousands of incoming attacks, I show the faintest trace of disdain and let them all land. A deafening explosion erupts in midair as the mass of overlapping skills collide. Every player watching from a distance widens their eyes. There's no way even Two-Faced Arrow walks away from that unscathed. Ha! Two-Faced Arrow, that's what you get for looking down on Drifter's Creed. Now you know what a major guild is capable of. Drift God laughs like someone unhinged, his expression twisting. But his laughter quickly falters. When the midair explosion clears, I emerge before them completely unharmed. No, impossible. My turn. Flame Vortex. I raise my hand and drop a Flame Vortex right into the densest cluster of players. As a storm of damage numbers fills the air, every player in that area dissolves into white light. The sight makes Drift God's eyes nearly pop out of his skull. Someone at this stage can actually put out damage like that? The guild managers are still barking orders at their members. In their minds, I must have used some kind of shielding skill. Otherwise, there's no way anyone could still be flying after taking hits from that many players at once. If it's a shield, it has to have a breaking point. Keep the pressure up long enough, and they'll bring me down. Under the manager's direction, another dazzling barrage of attacks comes flying my way. This time I don't stand still and eat the damage. I push the Seraph Wings higher and drop another Flame Vortex as I go. A Flame Vortex every 3 seconds is my most efficient and direct AoE skill right now. In a large-scale fight like this, the effectiveness is extraordinary. Hundreds more players fall to the Flame Vortex. By then I've spotted the managers directing the battle. I activate the skill immediately. Azure Thunder's Judgment. As the thunder descends, the group of managers coordinating the fight explode into a pile of dropped gear. Watching this, Drift God finally realizes something is deeply wrong. Two-Faced Arrow's damage and defenses are on a completely different level from ordinary players. This is bad. If this keeps going, I'm the one who ends up dead. I have to get out. The moment that thought takes hold, Drift God stops paying attention to his guildmates nearby. He quietly crushes a recall scroll and warps back to Radiant City. At the same time I notice Drift God has fled. A cold smirk in my heart, I activate Celestial Eye immediately. Coordinate Radiant City transfer point. Think you can run? Not without asking me first. Heaven's Blade, fire. A beam of sword light streaks away into the distance. On the other other side, Driftgod's expression is sour as he steps out of the transfer platform. The managers who had died and respawned are already finding their way to Driftgod. One by one, they crowd around him, asking what to do next. Driftgod is just about to answer when he spots a flash of blue light blazing across the distant sky. Before he can make out what's inside it, he sees the blue streak heading directly for him. In that moment, Driftgod feels the threat on pure instinct, dimensional phase. Without hesitation, he crushes a precious life-saving item he'd worked hard to obtain. Driftgod's body turns transparent in an instant. Just barely. In this state, he exists in another dimension, untouchable by any attack. But reality doesn't cooperate. That streak of blue light pierces through like a needle that sees through everything, and drives straight into Driftgod's phased body. Damage: 1,854,723. A staggering number floats up from Driftgod before he dissolves into white light and vanishes on the spot. The other managers are completely stunned. Everything happens so fast, they didn't even process it. Their president was one shot by an attack from across the city. That was Two-Faced Arrow's attack. At the same time, the situation outside the city has shifted too. Under my flame vortex barrage, more and more players are dying back to the respawn point. Once over half the players have been killed by my flame vortexes, the ones still standing finally can't take it. More and more guild members start expressing dissatisfaction with Driftgod and the management. Players begin leaving the guild. What is Drifter's Creed even doing? I quit. Same. I'm out. I'm leaving the guild. This infuriates Driftgod, who has just respawned. Two-Faced Arrow, I am going to destroy you. But barely has he finished respawning, not even gotten through 2 sentences of his tirade, when another bolt of lightning drops from above, right in front of the stunned stares of the players nearby. Driftgod is one shot at the respawn fountain again. A large-scale siege collapses in under 5 minutes before the wide eyes of every passerby. The onlookers around them are instantly blown away. Two-Faced Arrow is genuinely too strong. Has anyone noticed the damage he's putting out is in the hundreds of thousands to millions range? Two-Faced Arrow's damage is high. You're only just figuring that out? He was breaking 10,000 at level 5. He's level 30 now. That's what's truly terrifying. Because of this battle, the name Two-Faced Arrow truly begins drawing the attention of every major faction. I make my way smoothly into Radiant City and head straight for the largest building in town, the Sacred Light Cathedral. In the main seat of the hall, a white-haired elder watches me with a warm smile. It appears you have defeated the demon sealed away in the starting lands. You've done well. The gods shall bless you. High Priest Orenbo's smile is gentle. He waves a hand before me, and a warm radiance enters my body. I have received High Priest Orenbo's blessing. Maximum HP plus 300. I raise an eyebrow. On an ordinary player, this blessing would probably make them wake up laughing from their dreams. For me right now, it's better than nothing. Thank you for your blessing. If you bring me back the head of the troublemaking Lich Glock, I will tell you the next part of the quest. Ding. High Priest Orenbo has issued you a quest. Retrieve the head of Lich Glock. Do you accept? A strange expression crosses my face. Lich Glock. Isn't that the very Lich lurking in the undead cavern? What a coincidence. I accept the trial. The glory of the gods shall be with you. After bidding farewell to High Priest Orenbo, I use a recall scroll back to Nightfall City. Seeing City Lord Iris again, her expression is noticeably cooler than before. But when she sees me, she still gives a brief nod. Two-Faced Arrow. I've received word. The Sea Tribe has finished massing their forces. They will attack Nightfall City in 10 hours. I take in the news and my expression becomes grave. What was always going to come has finally come. In my past life I'd heard about Nightfall City being attacked by the Sea Tribe's army, but this time I'll be living through the battle myself. Iris, you called me here because you have something to say, haven't you? I've received information that this assault is being led by the Sea Tribe's General Westshark. With your help, I'm confident we can end this quickly. Faced with the Sea Tribe's invasion, Nightfall City Lord Iris sends me a party request. Without hesitation, I accept immediately. I'd be glad to fight at your side. I knew you'd agree. Nightfall City Lord Iris's affinity toward me increases by 20%. Iris turns and strides out urgently as she finishes speaking. Server announcement. Nightfall City will be under Sea Tribe invasion in 10 hours. All players bound to Nightfall City may participate in the defense. The sudden announcement leaves every Nightfall City player in collective shock, but right after, their faces break into boundless excitement. A city defense zone event. This is basically a free XP and score grind, right? We're actually getting this? After the announcement, more and more players begin warping back to prepare. Time ticks by. Finally, on the distant horizon, a black tide appears. When that tide comes into view, Iris, clad in full battle armor, crosses through the crowd under the escort of a pair of guards and takes her place atop Nightfall City's walls. Every player along the way who catches sight of Iris stops dead in their tracks. This city lord is gorgeous, 10,000 times better than any screenshot. Flanked by guards, Iris steps up to the battlements and looks down from above at the teeming masses to the west. My people, the battle today is one of grave danger. It concerns the very survival of Nightfall City. May the light of the gods be with you all. I have received Sacred Light Knight Iris's blessing. HP and magic attack up 5%. Iris's full party blessing sends the players into a frenzy. Some shout, "Long live the City Lord," on the spot. Others express their devotion to Iris with wild enthusiasm. A grand, resounding horn call draws nearer from afar. The Sea Tribe's tide on the horizon gradually reveals its true face. At the front is a swarm of fish-headed, human-bodied cannon fodder armed with tridents. This mob stretches on for miles in a dense mass without end. Before the players players can attack, Nightfall City's guards launch the first strike. A volley of black arrows rises from the city walls, arcs in a perfect parabola, and crashes down into the ranks of fishmen monsters. In a single exchange, waves of fishmen fall silently. The sight makes every player's eyes light up with eager anticipation. Immediately, some players open fire on the monsters below the walls. Laughter and chatter fill the battlements. With casual ease, the advancing fishmen are cut down beneath the walls. 3 hours pass. The front lines of the fishmen formation have been slaughtered clean. Next to assault the city is the Flying Fish Commander, Diamond Grade Boss, level 55. Skills: Flying Fish Flash Strike, Tidal Surge, Life Spring, Death's Last Strike, Scale Sharp Armor. Boss spawned. Brothers. Holy, get the first kill now! Other players hurl skills at the Flying Fish Commander. A rainbow-colored streak of skills fills the air. When the smoke clears, the Flying Fish Commander is completely unscathed. Foolish humans, you're not even worthy of scratching me. The Flying Fish Commander then unleashes Flying Fish Flash Strike on the players atop the walls. Moving like a phantom, the Flying Fish Commander reaps player lives at will. In the blink of an eye, over a dozen players are down. In this moment of despair, I descend on the battlefield like a divine warrior. The legend. Oh my god, it's really him. We're saved. Staring at the Flying Fish Commander's stats, I don't dare delay. I immediately snare him with the skill Divine Wrath Grip. Divine Wrath Grip, active, instant cast. Condenses space to suppress all objects in a target area for 8 seconds. The instant Divine Wrath Grip triggers, I simultaneously release a Flame Vortex. Then I take my stance in midair, draw the bow, and begin charging. The Flame Vortex generates right on top of the Flying Fish Commander. It starts burning through his health bar. The Flying Fish Commander's face fills with shock. A human who hasn't even reached the second advancement can produce damage this outrageous? No wonder those cannon fodder couldn't break through the front line. But none of that matters to the Flying Fish Commander right now. What he truly cares about is the fact that his body won't move. What have you done to me? The only answer is the deep azure glow lighting up on my bowstring. The Flying Fish Commander is puzzled. What kind of damage can a human who hasn't even reached the second advancement do to me? A Sea Tribe warrior on the verge of a third advancement. Damage: 4,523,657. What? That high? His health bar snaps in half instantly, like a broken ice bar. The Flying Fish Commander, who had been mentally working out how to break free, suddenly stiffens. Deep in his eyes, a heavy reverence takes hold. I raise my hand slightly, then a bolt of lightning falls from the sky. Only now does he panic. I am the nephew of General Westshark. Spare me. Faced with the Flying Fish Commander's plea for mercy, my expression doesn't change. My bow keeps firing. I refuse to accept this. The Flying Fish Commander dies in fury. With that, the effect of Divine Wrath Grip finally ends. At the same time, a game announcement rings in every player's ears. Server announcement: Player Two-Faced Arrow is the first to slay a level 55 Diamond Boss. Reward: Diamond Grade Equipment Selection Chest. Not until the announcement plays through 3 times does anyone snap out of it with a cry. Holy, Two-Faced Arrow just one-shot a level 55 Diamond Grade Boss? The scene shifts. Deep in an underwater realm, a conspiracy is taking shape. Nightfall City goes to me. Two-Faced Arrow's head goes to you. Deal. While everyone is still celebrating the kill on the Diamond Boss with wild cheering, the shift on the battlefield is quickly noticed by the commander. The horn call on the front tightens again. Then a hulking silhouette launches into the air from the distant ranks. In moments, he arrives directly before me. Only now do I get a clear look at who's come. It's a half-man, half-shark riding a squid mount. General Westshark. Legendary grade boss. Level, HP, and magic values unknown. Beyond the name, every other stat is a question mark. Clearly far above my level. Human, you've ruined my plans. From this day forward, you will be hunted by the Sea Tribe without end. Sea Tribe General Westshark has issued a Sea Tribe bounty against you. All Sea Tribe members' affinity towards you decreases by 100%. Within any territory under the Sea Tribe's influence, I will be unable to purchase any Sea Tribe goods. The system notification arrives as General Westshark finishes speaking. I couldn't care less. Seeing the disdain on my face, General Westshark erupts in fury. I know you are a descender. Today I take your head once, to repay the blood debt owed to my fallen warriors. General Westshark finishes speaking, and instantly forms an energy spear in his hand, hurling it at me. My expression shifts slightly as I move to dodge, and a cold, clear voice reaches my ears. Anyone who wants to kill him goes through me first. Iris stands holding a broad shield and a golden sword, her bearing sharp and regal all at once. I was definitely a little rattled facing General Westshark alone, but with a high-tier knight standing in front of me, that's a different matter entirely. Iris's arrival clearly puts no small amount of pressure on General Westshark as well. With a sacred light knight guarding in front of me, short of being surrounded, there is no way that Sharkhead can touch me. With that thought, I raise my bow immediately and aim directly at General Westshark. General Westshark naturally isn't about to let me attack freely. The Sea Tribe priest stacks several blessings onto him. General Westshark now radiates red light from head to toe, his aura a full tier higher than before. Die, human! His weapon moves like a vicious dragon. The spear tip flares with light and drives straight toward me. Iris has already been watching for General Westshark's move. The moment he acts, she instantly pulls his aggro. Come on, over here. Eyes on me. Hit by the taunt, General Westshark's spear barrier crashes down directly onto Iris's shield. A massive boom. General Westshark staggers, nearly toppling off his squid mount. Fortunately, the squid steps back in time, absorbing most of the recoil. Iris on the other side fares much better. Her stance only rocks twice before steadying. By then, my Heaven's Blade is finished charging. Just before the arrow fires, I will it. Divine Wrath Grip clamps down on General Westshark's body. His eyes go wide, then he strains against the hold with all his might, but my Heaven's Blade is already blazing toward him. General Westshark's pupils contract sharply. The breath of death washes over him. Fortunately, right at that moment, the force restraining his body suddenly releases. He hastily activates his armor's defensive function. A bubble-like barrier envelops him. Only then does General Westshark's expression ease slightly. Seeing the damage I've dealt, the corner of General Westshark's eye twitches violently. In all his long years, he's never seen such an absurd fighter. To think someone without a second advancement could deal damage like this. Thunderstorm dying to you is no injustice. I don't waste words. I raise my hand and bring down another bolt of lightning. Then I keep silent and start firing at General Westshark without pause. Just as I'm hitting my stride, a dark figure silently appears behind me. A single strike, and time seems to freeze. I sense something is wrong. I turn and see a shadowy figure driving a dagger toward my back. In that split second, a crucial buff from Wobbly Mender lands. Plus, I spin my body instantly and dodge the killing blow. But the wings on my back take a slash, leaving me temporarily unable to fly. If it hadn't been for Wobbly Mender just now, I really would have been finished here. Iris nearby is visibly shaken too. Vile traitor. The shadowy figure pulls off his hood. It's Drifter's Creed's assassin Avon. Damn two-faced arrow. Avon, go make his life difficult. Leave it to me, President. This is what I do best. Pretty quick reflexes, two-faced arrow. My original plan was to take the lead offensive role against General Westshark using my flight. Now that I can't fly, I've lost my ability to threaten General Westshark. Drifter's Creed has very likely struck some kind of deal with the Sea Tribe. This fight just got a lot harder. Flatten this place. General Westshark raises his spear high and roars. Sea Tribe brothers, charge! Level Nightfall City to the ground. We are the true masters of this land. The Sea Tribe below the walls erupt as though injected with pure fighting spirit. Completely ignoring the pain in their bodies, even missing an arm, they hurl themselves at Nightfall City's soldiers without relenting. A battle that had been tilting decisively in humanity's favor is reversed by General Westshark with a single sentence. A single sentence to ignite the Sea Tribe's potential and make them forget pain. Is this battle will? That's a talent only a small portion of the Dragon Clan possesses. General Westshark's origins are clearly no simple matter. I ruffle Wobbly Mender's head beside me. Yao Yao, looks like we might be leaving everything behind here today. Yao Yao meets my eyes with unwavering resolve. That doesn't sound like the two-faced arrow I know. You just go all in, legend. I've got unlimited heals for you. With that, Wobbly Mender raises her staff and starts flooding my health bar. My HP down to a third is topped back up in no time. Looking at the composed and confident Wobbly Mender, the fighting spirit reignites in my eyes. Iris looks out over the brutal battlefield, her heart resolute. She turns and looks at my silhouette still fighting in the chaos, then drops to one knee. By my life, I swear, I will be your shadow and your shield. Whether thorns or fire lie ahead, I will stand before them. This loyalty is eternal, like the stars that never fade. Iris rises. Her sword points straight at the sky. In the name of Iris, I shall protect Two-Faced Arrow. A massive pillar of golden light erupts from the ground. For a moment, the entire battlefield seems to fall quiet. Ding. Sacred Light Knight Iris has bound me as her guardian target. Until the guardianship ends, I receive Sacred Light Knight Iris's blessing, with all effects increased by 100%. As buff after buff stacks onto me, I become the brightest light in this entire stretch of sky. My buff bar has so many status effects piled on it that I can't even count them myself. But one thing I can see with absolute clarity, my attack stat. After absorbing the flood of blessings, it has reached a terrifying 2,240,000. So this is the power of the Guardian Pact. While I'm still taking it in, Iris moves to my side. Stop staring. Help me finish off General Westshark. Once Westshark is down, the Sea Tribe will be leaderless and the crisis resolves itself. Understood. Let's go. With that, Iris immediately uses the skill taunt on General Westshark. Come on, Sharkhead. Face me. General Westshark snarls, "You're dead," and charges straight at Iris. The two clash in a fierce struggle on the city walls. Taking advantage of Iris holding the front and drawing his attention, I quickly open the diamond equipment selection chest from slaying the flying fish commander. Ding. Congratulations. You have received Sea God's Vigil. Grade Diamond. Active skill, Tidal Breath. Passive skills, Sea Tribe Nemesis, Sea God's Ward. For this diamond grade longbow, the skill I value most is its active. It multiplies my attack speed by 5 for 5 seconds. Without another word, I start firing relentlessly at General Westshark. Faced with my attacks, General Westshark is no pushover either. Since melee attacks will be blocked by Iris, he switches to ranged, but he clearly underestimated the protection of a Sacred Light Knight. Every ranged attack aimed at me gets blocked by Iris's massive shield of holy light. Iris tells me, "Don't worry about me. Full output." And from start to finish, my bow doesn't stop. Under my damage of over 1,000,000 per shot, the barrier around General Westshark finally reaches its limit. In an instant, the shield shatters. This, How is this possible? Iris spots the barrier breaking and shouts to me. Two-faced arrow, now! I draw the bow in charge, skill, Heaven's Blade. A pale blue arrow blazes toward General Westshark's face like a shooting star. General Westshark stays perfectly calm, not the slightest intention of dodging. Just as Heaven's Blade is about to connect, a blinding golden radiance bursts from General Westshark's body, forcing everyone on the city walls to shield their eyes. Only I, through Celestial Eye, can see clearly the item radiating that golden light. A dragon scale. Damn, so he really does carry Dragon Clan blood. Little mouse. If you don't act now, our agreement means nothing. I feel a sudden chill at the back of my neck. Almost on pure instinct, I throw myself backward. A dark shadow passes my throat with a near silent whistle of air. I roll and come up fast, back against the city wall. As the golden light dims, a slender silhouette slowly emerges from the shadows. It's Drifter's Creed's assassin, Avon. Avon's wrist snaps. 3 silver blades flung toward me. Iris sees Avon moving in for the kill and moves to help, only for General Westshark to cut off her path. Your opponent is me. The 3 silver blades Avon threw don't come at me directly. They seal off the space to my left, right, and above. Avon's left hand produces a bizarre short sword radiating an ominous black aura. He closes the gap in an instant. My pupils narrow the moment I see that sword, the Regicide blade. Then he's an assassin king, the second most mysterious assassin of my past life. Holy Ward. Wobbly Mender jolts back to clarity through the blinding golden light. Seeing the situation has gone wrong, she instantly layers a barrier onto me. The short sword collides with the barrier. The barrier shatters instantly. The shockwave from the explosion sends me flying. Seeing I'm alright, Wobbly Mender breathes out. She starts frantically healing me. My health, which was nearly 0, begins climbing rapidly. Damn healer. Avon stops concerning himself with me, now nearly topped off, and turns to charge at Wobbly Mender. A jolt of alarm runs through me. In my past life, the reason the Assassin King was called the Second Assassin was this very short sword, forged from a demon skull. Anyone killed by a demon-related item is forbidden from respawning. At this point in time, with the initial projection already active, death means real death. I pull out the one-time use item I earned from defeating the Flame Warlord, Fiend's Whisper. I look at the tool emanating malevolent energy in my hand. There's no time to worry about the terrifying side effects of using it. I quickly bite my finger and let the blood drip onto the demon skull. Packed, sealed. In an instant, time seems to freeze. Everyone around me stops moving. Choose your target of confusion. Once selected, you will have 5 seconds to control it. Enjoy the feeling of commanding everything. I immediately redirect Avon's perception. In Avon's mind, General Westshark becomes the enemy that must be eliminated first. When I open my eyes again, Avon has already unleashed a full force strike at General Westshark. At that moment, far away in the undead cavern, Lich Glock senses a strange aura, the scent of a demon. General Westshark had no way to anticipate that Avon would actually attack him. His instinct is to sidestep, but the gap is too small. When the smoke clears, General Westshark collapses onto his squid mount, health nearly bottomed out. Just as I move to land the finishing blow, I find the target can't be locked, and at that moment, Avon crashes violently from the air to the ground. The wound in his side cuts deep to the bone. His health bar is long empty, but unlike any other player, he doesn't dissolve and respawn in a main city. He just lies on the ground completely motionless, as if truly dead. With my resources completely spent, I don't have the mental space to process every impossibility in front of me. All I can do is watch helplessly as General Westshark flees in disarray. The Sea Tribe's army hears the horn call and begins its slow retreat. Nightfall City's crisis is finally resolved. Iris comes to my side, her smile radiant. My warrior, thank you for all you've given to Nightfall City. Nightfall City Lord Iris's affinity toward me increases by 10%. Current affinity, 70. I respond in kind. Thank you for your protection, my knight. The players still holding the eastern wall break into cheering as the Sea Tribe army recedes like a tide. Every witness to this battle loses their composure. Honestly, Two-Faced Arrow's damage is genuinely on another level. I don't think anyone else could have held that. I caught a glimpse of one of his hits just now. It broke 10 million. Completely unreal. The Sea Tribe threat is resolved, just as everyone breathes out in relief. A sudden report hits the player community like a boulder dropped into the sea, sending shockwaves in every direction. A massive undead force has appeared to the west. They're advancing on the walls. The news sends the Nightfall City players into a panic. What's happening? Wasn't it supposed to be only the Sea Tribe? Get people to the western walls now. We cannot let the undead into Nightfall City. If they get in, the system will likely call the defense a failure. Compared to the Sea Tribe, the undead from the Undead Mountains are clearly much easier to slay. For one thing, a priest simply needs to apply a light blessing on a DPS class to deal double damage to undead. That alone is enough for players to handle those undead. Receiving treatment from Yao Yao, I've also gotten word that the undead army is attacking the western walls. Lich Glock is the first thing that comes to mind. Just then, the ground on the battlefield begins to shake. A crack splits open and plunges into impossible depths. Then a hand, assembled from enormous, bleached white bones, grips the edge of the crack and shoves. A colossal skeleton king hauls itself up from underground. Every mind on the field collapses into 2 words: Run. It's the Skeleton King, a skeletal giant nearly 100 meters tall. Its power to dominate a battlefield is absolutely terrifying. The shadowy figure standing on the Skeleton King's shoulder. Others can't make it out, but I spot it at once. It's Lich Glock. Lich Glock, Diamond Grade Boss, level 55. Skills: Undead Summoning, Dark Curse, Blood Weeping Howl, Death Coil. Seeing Lich Glock's stats, I exhale in relief. His stats are roughly on par with the Flying Fish Commander. He just looks more intimidating. Lich Glock at this point pays no attention to my surprise. He walks unhurriedly to Avon's motionless body on the ground. Lich Glock raises a skeletal hand. With a wet slash, a smooth wound opens across Avon's neck out of nowhere. A single drop of essence blood seems to be drawn by an invisible force, tracing a bizarre arc through the air. Then it flies straight and true into Lich Glock's brow. Avon's body visibly shrivels before everyone's eyes, until even the skin turns to ash. Having absorbed the essence blood, Lich Glock's previously withered, pale white bones and flesh begin to reconstitute, as though dead wood has been infused with some dark, corrupted vitality. Yes, the scent of a demon, with the power of a demon. I will utterly annihilate every last one of you descenders, ha ha ha. I check Lich Glock's stats again. System error, unable to identify. Lich Glock, legendary grade boss, level unknown. Damn. This thing just advanced. Newly reborn Lich Glock surveys the area. His gaze locks onto a group of players sprinting toward the gates of Nightfall City. He casually raises his right hand toward one of them, a yellow-haired warrior, and closes his fist in midair. The yellow-haired warrior seems to sense what's coming. He doesn't even manage a scream. His entire body loses all vitality beneath a force that cannot be resisted. What kind of ability is that? Reaching out from dozens of meters away and crushing a warrior to death. Never mind that for now. We need a tank, and that warrior just died. Get him to respawn and get back here immediately. I can't reach him. I can't reach him. The system shows no record of this player. At the same time, inside a large interactive gaming experience center, one of the gaming pods begins flashing red. Staff rush to open the pod, finding the man inside frothing at the mouth. Lich Glock clearly has no intention of stopping. This time both hands rise, no matter the class, no matter the level. Anyone he locks onto for even a moment drops without any fighting capacity. This is already the 8th case that's been brought in. Their symptoms are identical, complete brain activity has ceased. All of them were playing a game called Stellabyss before they were brought in. Should we report this for investigation? Shut it. Not a word without evidence. But all of these people have. Do you know who owns Stellabyss? If you want to keep living, you'll keep your mouth shut. Boss, this situation is getting too big. Should you step in and silence everyone? It doesn't matter. Everyone will find out sooner or later. This time, let's see if Two-Faced Arrow is the one we've been waiting for. As dozens of players collapse and can't get up, I reach my limit. I look at my wings. Just repaired. I raise the sea god's vigil and begin to whisper. Spirit of the sea, answer my call. The seraph wings fold inward behind me, wrapping me in an ocean blue cocoon. 2 seconds later, the cocoon dissolves into scattered points of light. This is the sea god form, unlocked only by combining the sea god's vigil and the seraph wings. The difference from the lunar descent form is that the former focuses on physical damage, while the sea god form leans toward magical attack. Against the skeletons and the lich at the city wall, it couldn't be more fitting. Without another word, I raise my hand and drop a flame vortex. Under the sea god form, the flame vortex burns deep blue. No warmth at all, only a bone-chilling cold seeping into the marrow. Any skeleton it touches is instantly reduced to nothing. The deep blue flame vortex blocks Lich Glock's line of sight, buying the other players enough time to retreat safely into Nightfall City. When the flame vortex dissipates, my charged Heaven's Blade follows right behind it, aimed straight at Lich Glock's chest. At a distance of just a few meters from Lich Glock, a skeletal hand rises and intercepts the arrow's path. Deep blue flames scorch the Skeleton King's left arm, until the entire limb is reduced to ash. Then, accompanied by the cracking sound of bone regenerating, the Skeleton King's left arm is fully restored in an instant, as though the strike never happened. Damn. As long as the Skeleton King is behind Glock, there's no way to reach him. Shadow Step. Go find a priest and get a light blessing. You're the fastest. The Skeleton King is yours. Two-Faced Arrow, you can't be serious. How am I supposed to fight the Skeleton King? Big brother is the best. The Skeleton King is no match for you. Of course not, little sis. Once your brother takes down the Skeleton King, I'll simmer you some bone broth. I watch Shadow Step slip out through Nightfall City's back gate and refocus my attention on the battlefield. Right now, all players can only use skills from the city walls. The melee fighters don't dare leave the city at all. Without a light blessing, getting targeted by Glock means waiting to die. Below the walls, Glock is directing his skeleton mage troops to keep battering Nightfall City's barrier. At this rate, the priests inside won't be able to hold the barrier much longer. If Shadow Step can keep the Skeleton King busy and the barrier holds for another 10 minutes, I'm confident I can take down Glock. But how do we survive these 10 minutes? Is this where it ends? Just as I'm completely at a loss, columns of return light begin blazing to life inside Nightfall City. Each pillar is over 20 meters wide, piercing heaven and earth, sweeping away the dark clouds and the aura of death that has been hanging over Nightfall City and the surrounding area for miles. That's a transfer formation. A player on the verge of breaking down murmurs. From within the pillar of light, a voice rings out, full of reassurance. Little bro, hope I'm not too late. It's none other than Titan's Vanguard's Titan Slash, walking out from the pillar with his guild members. Right behind them, members of the Azure Luan Guild and their vice president emerge from the light. Qingnuan Yu, little bro, You owe your sis a favor after this one. Lina and Zhao Yu step out from the pillar too, a crowd of players behind them. Little bro, your sis is here to back you up. As the pillar's light finally fades, High Priest Orenbo from the Sacred Light Cathedral walks out, followed by a host of priests. Young warrior, the Sacred Light Cathedral will be your firmest support. With that, the Sacred Light Cathedral's priests begin casting light blessing on every melee class, and they start repairing the damaged barrier. We'll catch up later. Let's clean up this garbage first. Without looking back, I sweep out another wave of flame vortexes. The arrival of everyone lands like a stabilizing pillar, instantly anchoring the front line that had been on the verge of collapse. Lich Glock, your head is mine.